Hello, hello everybody. How are we doing today? Happy Monday. Hope everyone's doing all right. How is everyone? Thank you for joining. We are going to be drawing some fruits and things, I guess. It was mentioned like last month, I think, that we should do some food studies. And I tried to do just food studies one day, and it was too broad. So I decided to, shrink the scope a bit. We're going to do some it's very basic, like fruit and veggies, like produce study. But if you want to do something else, as always, remember guys, you don't have to do what I'm doing. Just because I'm a crazy person doesn't mean you also have to be a crazy person. So feel free to study whatever you'd like. If you want to share what you study, for anyone who's not been here before, we have a warm-up studies section in the Discord. And at the end of stream, I will share on screen anything that people draw along, as long as it's work safe. So nothing that's going to get me banned or in trouble, guys. But yeah, it's usually a good time. At least it helps me stay on task. So even if I'm the only one that draws anything, it's still, just you guys being here keeps me accountable to actually doing studies, which is what I need to do if I want to get better. So if you are also trying to get better, this is your accountability invitation to the art gym, folks. It's just like the regular gym. That's the idea anyway, is that sometimes you need accountability partners to actually get there. So this is me showing up. If anyone wants to work out with me, feel free. Let me scroll up and say hi to everybody, and then I'll pick a fruit. I think I'm going to start with like a classic grape or something. So let me actually grab the image I think I'm going to use. Found this really lovely grape. There it is. So I'll probably be working from this and doing some color study, because it is Huevember also. So I'm going to be trying to do color, focusing on color as much as possible this month. Alright, anyway, fruits and veggies, there we go. Okay, let's get to chat. Also, apparently I messed up my Twitch. Hold on, you might hear some echoes. Please remember I'm not a pro. This is my not pro showing. Okay, here we go. Got that. Oh hey, Hulafu! Hey, how you doing? It's good to see ya. Thanks for coming to hang out today. You guys, I met Hulafu through Professor Oaks' streams. Thanks for joining. You guys should go give a follow. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, no worries. I like to shout. When I recognize people who stream, or especially who do art streams, I try really hard to shout them out, you know? Art Twitch has been really supportive of me, and I'm happy to return the favor. Hold on, I'm still breaking my stream. 1 second, folks. Hold on. There we go. Okay, now I can see everybody. Ah, that took way too long. Not a pro. Remember, guys, expect nothing here because I'm not a pro. Oh, thanks, Amaze. See, Amaze knows. My mods know. I'm not a pro. Alright, let me scroll up to the top of chat and say hi to everybody first. And then, yeah, let's, if you want to draw along, like I said, feel free to do so. You don't feel pressured to show what you draw either, guys. Like, if you just want to, hang out, do your own thing, and just have this on the background, or if you want to practice but you don't, if you're like a newer artist or drawing something you're not comfortable with, don't feel like you have to share. Just the share and tell, or whatever we want to call it at the end, is just an opportunity to encourage each other, you know. Okay, let's scroll up to the top. Hey, Sloppy. Sloppy, I'm honored that you're excited to be here. Thank you so much for joining in. It's good to see you as always. Amaze, thank you for pinning that, by the way, too. I appreciate that. If you need references, if you don't want to spend time hunting around the internet for references, I have a Pinterest board full of reference photos, all kinds of things. The one that goes direct to the food section is at the top, but if you want to go somewhere else and do an animal or do a gesture drawing, there's all kinds of stuff in there, so feel free to look around and pick. Yeah, thanks again, Amaze. And good to see you. I hope you're having a good Monday. Pyro Kitty, hey, lurking while you get the dog. Well, good luck, and thank you for being here as well. It's good to have you. Hope you had a good weekend. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Hey, Paleontologist VA, how are you? Vessel Void, howdy. Silval, hello. Mr. Big Cookie, hey! Dino Lady. Listen, I'm okay with that. I really don't feel like that's a super... I'm just a fan. I don't claim any special knowledge, but I do enjoy drawing dinos. For anyone who wonders what Mr. Big Cookie is talking about, I'm doing this thing called Dinovember on social media. If anyone wants to draw dinosaurs with me, this month is Dinovember, and I made a little prompt list so you can find it there. You can also type !dino ref if you want to get to the reference board. It should be on my Pinterest actually. I think if you scroll to the bottom you can see boards that I'm on, but I'm not actually sure, so that'd be good to know. Oh, I'm sorry, Maze. Those nights are rough. It happens, you know, but I'm glad you're feeling better. And, you know, it's important to kind of get that out of the system and not bottle it up, too, so sometimes you just gotta go through it, unfortunately. I'm sorry. Hope you're doing alright. Let's see. Scrolling. Mirror Stepper, hey, good to see ya. How are you doing? Thanks for popping in. Thanks everybody for popping in. Like I always say, guys, you're keeping me accountable just by showing up and lurking, even if you don't draw along. I super appreciate it. I've done more studies this month, or this year, because of these streams than I think I've done in my probably entire time trying to be an illustrator professionally. So, yeah, thanks. I wouldn't be doing it otherwise. Yeah, 50% professional feels about right, Amaze. The bot got way too generous as time went on. I am the Dino Lady, am I? Just this year, you know? This is like the 3rd year I've done Dinovember, but this is the 1st year I've actually tried to do like a post a day, and I think it's just because I made my own prompt list. I think if I was following someone else's prompt list, I probably wouldn't be as dedicated, but hopefully these dinosaurs I'm drawing will actually, not hopefully, they will become stickers. As soon as I'm buying my printer, guys. It's on sale right now for the amount that was raised, so thanks again for everybody who helped fundraise that. And hopefully it'll be coming by the end of the month or early December. And that's really gonna open up the amount of things I can do as far as like selling stickers online and all kinds of stuff. But if anybody wants to get some of my dinosaur stickers, you can go to my Redbubble, and I have all my older Dinovember dinosaur stickers on there, so. I didn't wait for Black Friday. Should I wait, Paradox Moose? I haven't bought it yet. I was gonna buy it after stream today because it's on sale. I think normal price is like 800 something, and I found a place where it's on sale for under 700, so it felt like a pretty good deal to me, but if you think I should wait. Oh no, Sloppy! Careful, careful. Oh, a giant antlion, Paradox Moose. Okay, alright. Hey, Siren. How are you doing? Yeah, this stream might make you hungry. Although we did get a draw me an animal just now, so maybe I'll do that first so I don't forget. Let me open up the draw me an animal. There it is. So for anyone who hasn't seen a draw me an animal game before, it's a very silly game that we play here. It can be played once every half hour. You can request an animal for me to draw, and I will do my best to draw it. Sometimes I get close, like with this one, and sometimes I totally miss the mark, like this one. So yeah. I'm gonna draw, what is it? An antlion? I think I know what an antlion is. A giant antlion. Alright, let's, I'm tempted to draw an ant with a mane, but I'm gonna try to actually draw the animal. The only rule for the animal game, guys, is that you don't give any spoilers for me in chat. Don't try to, like, tell me what it is. If you do, a mod might have to mute ya. But feel free to look it up and see what it is and see how far away I get. So, let's see. 10:17. So I have 5 minutes on the clock to draw what I think a giant antlion is. Gosh, I'm trying to remember what their faces look like. I don't know. I just remember they have really big heads. Okay. I'm gonna just draw what I think it is. We got 5 minutes, and then we'll look it up together. All right. Yeah, we'll just say it's 10:17. It's fine. Okay. So I'm gonna say it's it like lives in the ground. And it's got like big pincher face, I think. It's like, ah! I think I just drew a giant ant. Little things in its mouth, I don't know. And then it's got big creepy hands, maybe. Oh, we'll put a little ant in there. He's like, help! This is not what an ant looks like. What the heck? Hold on. Let's try to actually draw an ant here. That looks like a wasp. Ah! The ant is screaming, guys. I'm sorry. I know it's mean. And then they live in like little sand pits, I think. And they wait for them to like fall into them. I'm pretty sure this is what an antlion is. It's such a scary concept, honestly. I don't remember what the rest of their body looks like, so we're just gonna keep it buried, but we'll learn. We'll learn together here in a little bit. I'm gonna color it. Where am I gonna color it? Let's color it on this layer. Big fan of ant with mane. We could do that too. Okay. I don't know. There we go. Listen, it's not my best drawing, okay? Don't judge me. It's the first drawing of the day. Sleepy. I can't remember. I feel like they're like a reddish, maybe. I'll just give them a little bit of a reddish tinge, maybe. Mayhaps. He's a scary boy. I know it's all been said before. Me from trying to explain to you. Pretty sure this is what inspired the that big creature in Star Wars, right? I don't know the name, I'm sorry. I'm sure somebody's mad at me right now, but yeah. Don't know. I can't remember all the names. But you know, the one that was in the pit and like jumps up, grabs people. Let's see. I've still got like 2 minutes. I don't know what else to draw. We're gonna draw a little ant sneaking by with a lion's mane. He's like, no, I'm one of you. Don't eat me. No, I'm fine. Yeah, it's great. Shame to say you have made me watching. That just looks like a flower. Does not look like an antlion. Listen, it's supposed to be a lion with a mane on. There we go. See, he's like, hey, I'm one of you, yeah. Sneak, 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 sneak. Okay, there we go. Wait, what are we talking about? Oh, the printer. And if it's on sale for $400 next week, then I'll be very sad. Your crust ramen? Well, I'm gonna be doing fruits and veggies today, Siren. But you can draw ramen or pumpkin soup. We might do another food day too. If you're drawing a giant antlion, I think it ought to look like one. That's your tips. Thanks, Mr. Big Cookie. Okay. Let's see. I think I'm gonna call it here because I don't really know what else to put on here. So let's look it up and see what it actually looks like, because I'm probably not super close. I just think it's like a big-headed animal. That's all I really remember. I didn't really draw its head that big, actually. Hold on, before I look it up, let me tweak it. Let me just, since I have an extra minute still, I'm gonna make him a little skinnier. I made him too chunky on top. Let's make him like, you know, svelte. He's a svelte guy. There we go. Alright, there. This is my guess at an antlion. Let's see. Well, poopy monkey. Yeah, that's definitely a thing I say. Okay. Antlion. Oh, I got it backwards. They have a tiny head and a giant body. Well, I didn't get very close. They do have big pinchers, and they live in the sand. I'm gonna give myself, like, a 65 on this, because I definitely got the proportions inverted. Alright, here is an antlion. Fair warning, guys, for anybody who does not like looking at bugs. You may want to turn away right now, but we're gonna look. We're gonna look. Okay. So, an antlion looks like this. Oh my gosh. Why does he look so happy? Man, look at those pinchers. I did not go hard enough on the pinchers. This one does have kind of a big head, though. So maybe I'm not as far off as I think. It's just that the body is under the sand, so you never see it. Okay. Group of insects. So it's predatory habits of the larva. Oh, it's a larva. Oh, this is an adult antlion? What the monkey? What the Pokemon? You guys, look at this thing. This is crazy. This is more graphic than gore movies. Yeah, sorry, Zello. It's also the larva form. Yeah, I see that. They are metal. Holy cow, I had no idea. Did you guys know? Did anyone else other than me not know that this turns into this? My mind is blown right now. I had no idea that they had I thought they were a larva. Oh my gosh. What? I thought we already had that quote. Oh, poopy monkey, what the monkey? Listen. You guys know I don't like monkeys. I'm sorry, please pardon my French. They freak me out. Okay, let's see. They mostly, okay, so the larva digs pits to trap passing ants or other prey. The larva is sometimes referred to a doodlebug. No, it's not. I've never heard that. Really? Because of the marks they leave in the sand? What? Hold on. Doodlebug sounds way too cute for what this thing is. Let's look and see if we can find a mark. I want to see a doodlebug mark. I'm afraid to scroll far down. I don't see any sand marks. I wanted to see the doodles. Doodlebug sand. So I've seen these. Like, these are all over the south. Doodlebug, so it's just because of the little holes. This is what they look like, guys. They're so crazy. If you walk in a sandy area in the south, you see these. At least in the Texas I did. I don't know. I guess I can't speak for the whole south, but I'm assuming. Okay. I didn't know. I'm not sure if I like calling it a doodlebug. Doodlebug sounds cute. The adult insects are less well known due to their relatively short lifespans in comparison with the larva. Yeah, I would have just thought it was like a dragonfly or something. It's a lacewing. Sometimes they're called antlion lacewings. Mostly fight at dusk or just after dark and may be mistakenly identified as dragonflies or damselflies. You guys, I had no idea. I had no idea. Hey, Wildy Share. Hey, how are you doing? Sorry, hey Isol. Oh my gosh, hi everybody. We just did a Draw Me an Animal game for Antlion. This is what I drew for the Antlion. I had no idea that they were the larval form of a flying insect. This is, I believe, and to quote my exact words were, "What the Pokemon?" Because this is like some Gen 3 Pokemon nonsense here. Holy cow. I mean, I guess that makes sense. Pokemon was inspired by bug catching. But anyway, guys, my mind is blown. I had no idea. Oh, look! I didn't even have to look it up. It's right here. I've never seen these lines. Have you guys seen these lines in sand? I've only ever seen the holes. I didn't know... Why are they like walking in loopies? That's cute, though. That's way cuter than what I was thinking. Yeah, I see that. I see that. Thank you, Moose. Yes. I do now see that there's a photo. Holy cow. You guys. And I also got it backwards. I thought they had big heads and little bodies, but they actually have little heads and big bodies. Well, some of them. This one seems to have a small head and a big body, but this one seems to have giant everything, so I have no idea what's true. Okay. Wow, that was fascinating. Well, great one. I've never heard of that. Bottom side of larval mandible. Ooh. What an intense animal. Like, holy cow. Eggs, cocoon. That cocoon just looks like a bundle of sand. Wow. 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 Impressive. Oh, a cocoon. Yeah, it just looks like a ball of dirt. I would never know. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. It's blowing my mind. Blowing my mind right now. Okay, well, there we go. Alright, we learned today, guys. Thank you, Moose, for the Draw Me an Animal. That's how that game is played, by the way. Save. Okay, and we're gonna get back to drawing fruit. And back to our normal, regularly scheduled program. It's correct, because Flygon Evolution, that's what I was thinking of, was Flygon. Is based on an... No, it's not. What? Okay, hold on. I had no idea. Is that Gen 3? Did I actually get the gen right, too? Because that's who I was thinking of. Now we're gonna look. Oh yeah, because it's Trapinch. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is the Pokemon based on an antlion. Going from this big pinchy creature to a flying creature. I've always wondered about that, because I always thought it was so random. That's really interesting tidbit. I like that. So the second one looks more like the final form, right, of the antlion, but then we have, of course, a dragon, so... Because Pokemon. Alright, well, very cool. I had no idea. Absolutely no idea. Well, there we are. There we are. The craziest glow up, right, Ray of Sun? Also, how you doing, Ray of Sun? Good to see you. Okay, let me see if I missed anybody during that, because I was too busy being distracted by crazy animals. Yeah, I hope you do well. I hope you had a good weekend, Isol and everybody. And by the way, guys, if you're not following our friend Be It Isol, very generously hangs out with us here. Honored to have her. Amazing oil painter. If you haven't checked out her stuff, please do. You have seen the lines in the sand. I've never seen that before. Paradox Moose. You're sick. Oh gosh, Isel, I'm so sorry. I hope you feel better. Go get some sleep. Paleology is weird. I agree, Moose. Let's see. Okay, I think I'm at the bottom. Terminator Pig, hey. Yeah, exactly. Adult aliens are cute. They are. They look totally different than the babies. It's crazy. But yeah, I know you got the con cred, right? Like EaselCon, is that what we called it, right? Did you guys know Isel had EaselCon recently? Ah. Aw, Pioneer. Thank you so much for being a fan of the stream and for supporting it like that. Thank you for those 3 months of subs. My goodness, I really, really appreciate that. Enjoy your ad-free viewing and your emotes. Alright, something is wrong with my... Oh, here we go. Okay. You'll be watching over us. Sorry, I feel like my music's a little loud, so let me turn that down slightly. You guys just let me know if the music needs adjusting. It's Weasel time. Oh gosh. Yes, get better soon, Isel. We hope you feel better soon. Okay, so we are going to be doing, or I'm going to be doing a fruit study today. I think I'm just going to jump right into color, honestly. I'm not feeling like line art right now. Let's, oh wait, what's going on? That's not the right color. Nope. Oh my gosh, where's all my brushes? I think they're all, I think I still haven't installed the ones maybe on this computer. Guys, I gotta figure out my computer situation. Pretty much my whole goal for this week is to totally finish Giant November, so I've actually got all the dinosaurs sketched. And today, at like my second stream of the day, because you know I'm crazy, I'll be working on those this afternoon. I'm hopefully gonna finish them up. Today is Triorachonchus, for anybody who is a paleontologizing fan. You might understand why that one's kind of special to the community, so I'll be sharing that one in his Discord, but and I'll be doing that on stream, but I'm going to be working ahead on the rest of the list, I think, before that. And then hopefully today or tomorrow I can get them all finished, and then oh, you didn't have to. Thanks, Amaze. Yeah, if you guys aren't following Danny, you should. If you like dinosaurs, if you like learning about them, it's a really good place to be. Very family friendly, work safe, interesting conversations. Definitely goes, you know, a little bit rabbit hole-y, but hey, who doesn't? I mean, that's totally normal, right? Everybody rabbit holes. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not projecting, you're projecting. But anyway, I'm gonna hopefully be finishing those up, and then pretty much my only other goal for this month is to get everything ready that I need to for my Christmas card promo in December. So for those who don't know, every year I do a different Colorado animal for my Christmas card, and they're only available on Patreon. So anybody who's a patron at any tier in December will get a card in the mail from me, and a little doodle and a little note. And yeah, you can also request to get like a blank card with nothing written in it if you wanted to like use the card, you know? So sometimes people have done that to like purchase cards, basically. It's kind of like a way to get some like discounted. You can also sometimes buy them if I go back to conventioning, I'll have them for sale. But yeah, we'll see. Anyway, I need to make all the promo stuff and start talking about that more, so. And then yeah, you guys, I can't believe it's already this time of year. It's gonna be over before we all know it. So I'm just trying to get ahead, you know? You won something more than Jess. Nice, congrats. Casey, draw creamy pumpkin soup. Siren, I'm gonna be doing fruit today. So, but if you want to draw, like I said before, if you want to draw a different thing, feel free. If you're just hungry, you might just want to make it though. Like if you're only asking because you're hungry, seems like you just need to go cook something. Let's see. You rated there for the first time a few weeks ago. Nice, nice. I hope you had fun. It's a really good community. Really interesting topics, in my opinion. Has definitely like reawakened my interest in dinosaurs quite a bit. I mean, I've always had an interest, but it's been a lot of fun learning more about them and just being able to like. I just love any stream that I get to just ask questions and get an answer from somebody who actually knows. It's just so nice. I think it's the educator in me maybe, but I think it's a really cool stream concept, and I hope we get to see more education streamers, you know, in the years to come. Especially now that, you know, Belind, Science Streams, is an ambassador. We have a science ambassador here on Twitch. That's pretty cool. So I'm hoping that, you know, Twitch might focus a little more on the education potential here on this platform. It's pretty neat. I don't know. I think it's neat. Maybe it's just me, but I'm glad you were able to go in there. I hope you had a good time. Bigman, hey, how are ya? It's good to see ya. Thanks for dropping by. Is pumpkin a vegetable or a fruit? I think it's a vegetable, because the fruit usually, well, maybe it is the fruit of the pumpkin vine. I don't remember. I have a chart somewhere that talks about the differences between vegetables and fruits. I definitely think of it as a vegetable. But I guess it's more of like a... I don't know. I'm gonna call it a veggie, just for ease. It's a fruit. The seed. Yeah, that's why it's like what holds. It's like whatever holds the seeds is technically the fruit. But in my head, fruits are sweet. I know that's not correct, like scientifically, because like I know the tomato is the fruit too. But I think it's like two different types of terms, right? You have the like grocery term, and then you have the like actual scientific definition of what a fruit is. My brain is like, pumpkins aren't fruits. Well, fruit versus vegetable is culinary debate. Yeah, because I think I read a thing that said vegetables, it's like when it's the leaf or the stalk of the plant, then it's a vegetable. I'm just gonna say produce. Maybe I'll just change the title to Produce Day. Just whatever fresh fruit and veggie. But then strawberries don't count as fruit. But they hold the seeds. Yeah, there's like I have somewhere in my bookmarks buried, I have a chart that talks about this, and I think they do bring up strawberries for that reason. I don't know, guys. You know, friendly debate in the chat. Cup of Joe! Hey, how you doing? I was looking on your stream last night. I hope you're having a good day. How are things going? Art Gym just started. We actually got a little diverted and did a Draw Me an Animal. And so we did that first. And I'm now starting a fruits drawing, and we have immediately jumped into a super controversial topic. You guys, I don't normally do controversy, but this time I think it's, you know, it's important enough to talk about. What is a fruit and what is a vegetable, guys? Discuss amongst yourselves, but keep it friendly. Keep it friendly. You feel like it's a vegetable, yeah, but I think that we were just talking, I think the actual technical definition of a fruit is any part of the plant that holds the seeds. So like an apple is a fruit because it holds the seeds, you know, grapes are fruit because they hold the seeds. So it's like the seeds are inside the pumpkin. I read a thing one time that said, like, if it's a stalk of the plant, like a celery or a leaf, like a, you know, like a lettuce, then it's a vegetable. But it's tough too, because like starchy things and like gourds and roots, because like if it's a root, it's a vegetable too. So like potatoes are roots, are root veggies. I don't know, onions are root veggies, but it's like, man, gourds? Are gourds technically fruits? I don't know. We're discussing the hard things. The real big questions are what we're talking about. But yeah, you guys should go follow Cup of Joe. Really, really cool pixel artist. One day, Joe, I will learn how to do pixel art. I gotta redeem myself. But if anyone's into pixel art or wants to learn how to do pixel art, Joe's streams are a blast and a half. Really high energy, guys. If you need, he lives up to his name. Like, if you just want to take caffeine in a human being, it's just the human embodiment of caffeine, really. And just inject it into your soul immediately. Go hang out in his streams. Planted gourds. Yeah, I know, right? Oh yeah, we're having a very serious discussion here, guys. This is serious business. Stalk, leaf, root is a vegetable. Fruits are defined as seeds on the inside. Okay, but then that means that a strawberry cannot be a fruit. A false fruit or a pseudocarp? What? Because they are made up of many individual fruits called... I'm not going to try to say that, which are embedded in a fleshy receptacle. The fleshy part of the strawberry is actually the enlarged base of the flower stalk. That makes sense, actually. So it's a flower. So a strawberry is technically a flower? Is that what we're saying? Like you're eating a flower? Man, fascinating stuff. I think of gourds as close to fruits. I guess I can never bring myself to call pumpkin a fruit, guys. I'm sorry. It feels like a vegetable. That is interesting. Yeah. It has a flower. It's the stalk of the flower. Oh. Wow. This is a very in-depth topic, and I'm glad we all had it. Also, hi, Sharing Merit. How are you? I will still probably go to the vegetable section to buy my pumpkins, I'm not gonna lie. Tomatoes are sweet. Sometimes. Sometimes. Hey, Vessel, how are you doing? It's good to see you. I'm glad that we could all be here today to discuss the really important questions. Thank you all for joining. We've all learned something. We learned about antlions. We learned about... Yeah. We learned about fruit versus veggie. I need to find that. I had like an infographic somebody made about this. I don't like how confusing. I know, my brain that's like, fruits don't go in stew, guys. My brain is still just like, fruits are sweet. The primary host of VeggieTales is a fruit. It's true. Fruity Tales. Today is a learning day, that's right. Hey, Charzia! It's good to see you. Oh my gosh, I was just thinking about you the other day. How are you doing? I'm gonna give you a shout out. You guys, go follow Charzia. Charzia is great. Charzia is gonna take over Twitch one day. Guaranteed. Charzia has so much skill. It's just, you know, quietly arting over there. Just started streaming earlier this year. It's good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, well, I was just thinking I hadn't seen you in a while, and I went and looked at your art. So I'm like, oh, cheers, yeah. Hope you've been doing okay. It's good to see ya. Is a pump? Oh gosh, Amaze just over here triggering everybody the minute they get in chat. I tried to do basic math and failed. Oh, Isol, I understand. I am not a person. I am not a person to go for math. To go to math for. I can't even English. Don't come to me for math. Clearly it's gonna end poorly. Yeah. Charzia, don't take the bait. It's a berry. Smart. Yeah, we were talking about how, like, what defines a fruit versus a veggie. You guys, I think I've lost track of the plot here. I'm studying the wrong fruits. I've duplicated this one. It's fine. We're just gonna go with it. It's fine. But yeah, welcome to Warm Up Streams. We are doing fruit studies today, or you could do something else. That's fine too, if you want to participate. Or just hang out and make sure that I stay on topic, because quite frankly, that's sometimes the hardest part of the stream. Go figure. Hopefully, I think I said, oh, hey, Centroa, how are you? Making rounder grapes, you are. I mean, I'm just trying to look at the ref. I really like the way that grapes catch light. Have you guys ever done that when you're eating grapes, just like stopped and hold them up to light and see, like, they're like semi-translucent, but depending on where the light's coming from, it's like totally changes the way the color looks. Does anyone else play with their food? No? Just me? Okay. Pumpkin is one gigantic berry. I'd buy it. To be fair, we are studying fruit specials. It's true. We are. Exactly, Pioneer. I agree. Thanks, Paleontologist VA. Only a slight squirrel. I'm still drawing. Cucumber's also a fruit. Is it? Or is it another flower thing? I'm trying to think now about the berries situation. But then, okay, so what? Cherry's not a berry, but we consider it as... Oh, we consider it a stone fruit. That's what a berry is, or a cherry is a stone fruit. So, like, fruits with those big pit seeds in the middle. Man, so crazy. Are you saying both hosts of VeggieTales are fruits? Ooh, twist. The lie of ages. I mean, I didn't really watch VeggieTales, so I don't feel particularly betrayed, but I can understand the sense of betrayal. We've all been lied to. Oh, a maze got squirreled. Nice. Cucumbers have seeds in them. VeggieTales is secret fruit. Yeah, exactly. I think Fruity Tales might be the... Fruit Tales? Fruit Tales sounds... I think it's Fruit Tales. It's just not as cute as Veggie. I do appreciate a show that tries to make vegetables exciting to kids, I will say. Not sure that it was super successful in that, but... A watermelon is a berry. Is it? What defines a berry? Are you just saying that, Siren? None of the pain. Trying to make sense of what remains. I don't want to get too caught up in this. I'm just gonna do some light texturing and then we're gonna move on. No, we did talk about how a strawberry is not a berry, how it's like the base of a flower, right? Is that what we said? It's like part of the... I don't remember what they said. Somebody was very informative about it. Best part of me was always you. Won't you tell if you're okay? Is a mango a berry or a fruit? Would a mango be a stone fruit as well because it has a big pit? I don't know. I'm still not clear on the difference between a berry and a fruit. In my brain, guys, listen, I have simple caveman brain. In my brain, fruits are sweet, vegetables are not, and that is the easiest way for me to think about it. But I know that that's not, you know, but classification-wise, like scientifically not accurate, however. My brain is much happier not putting fruits in my savory dishes. Here's the thing. That's how it should be. Yeah, listen, I'm with you, Amaze. Strawberry's not a berry. Mountain lion isn't a lion. Who's the heck in charge of naming things? So this is the problem that we run into a lot with dinosaur names too. Yeah, is that people name things based on how they think, how they feel about them. So the reason they're called those things is because whoever first saw them they made a lot of connections that weren't scientific. And so because we now know more than we did, it makes those names confusing. It's the people who didn't. It's people who named things before we understood how they should really be classified, right? There is no scientific definition of vegetable. This feels very scientific. Maybe scientific's not the right word, but clinical maybe is a better term. But hopefully you know what I mean. Like I said, caveman brain Casey is just gonna stick with fruits are sweet. In my mind, a fruit salad will never have vegetables in it. Amaze, listen, we can't all have it our way, and you know. Veggies aren't real. Oh no, Hulafu just stoking the flame over here. Yeah, I know, this is probably the most controversial topic we've ever had on stream, guys, so, I mean, emotions can get high. You know, things get heated. Veggies are just not sweet plants that aren't herbs or spices. Yeah, and then you throw in like herbs and spices too. Yeah, a carrot is a root vegetable, just like a potato. I don't know, guys. Draw whatever produce you'd like. This is the easiest way I can explain it. I don't know. Whatever existential crisis produce that you feel like drawing today, go for it. Just in time. Oh, and I left out this one entirely. That's why this doesn't make sense. Storm's back. Amaze is just stompy feets everywhere today. Stomp, 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 stomp. Maze on a rampage. Time to draw eggs. Yeah, draw some eggs. You can draw whatever you want. We can agree that carrot, yes, carrot root vegetables, Amaze, yeah. So anything that's a root is a vegetable. Whatever produce, yeah. I mean, you always have permission to draw whatever you want. Listen, I'm not the boss of anybody. I just ask that, you know, if you want to share it, that it be work safe. It's the only stipulation, really. Vegetables are parts of plants that are consumed by humans or other animals as food. The original meaning is still commonly used and is applied to plants collectively. Yeah, that's true too. Like, there used to be this, what is that show? There's like this really old British show. It's like vegetable is also just like a very old term for plants in general. Like, it didn't have anything to do with whether they're edible or not. There was this old show where it was like a 20 questions game, and they would always start everything out by like, animal, mineral, or vegetable. Like, that was like a really common. I think it's a. I don't remember what year it came out, but anyway, it was like this guessing game. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? And so they'd start with like these really broad classifications trying to figure out what this thing was. So it's like mineral is like anything that's not alive, basically. And like vegetable is anything that was a plant, animal is anything that was not a plant but alive. Even though technically some things are like way more, like there's way more categories than that. Like, right, there's fungi and all kinds of things, but like, I'm actually not sure where you would put a mushroom. They would probably put it in, because it was older, they probably didn't know the difference, so they'd probably put that in vegetable. But yeah, like, does anyone know the game I'm talking about? You remember the question? Yeah, what was it called? What's my line? Is that what it is? Maybe. Maybe it was What's my line? Grapes are vegetable. Yeah, by that definition, this is what we're saying, Siren, like, it depends on the definition you're using for vegetable or fruit, right? Everyone has different definitions because apparently it's not scientific. That's why I'm just saying, listen, for me, fruits are sweet, vegetables are not, plants are plants. Not every plant is a vegetable. But if you want to go by those old definitions, then yeah, vegetable can refer to literally any plant. It's like, what is the root? It's like, it's got to do with the Latin or something, right? I don't know. I think it is What's My Line. That sounds right. Yeah. Ray of Sun. Hamburger. Oh my gosh, another draw me an animal? Okay, let me finish my grapes first, Ray of Sun. I gotta get at least one study done. And then I'll get to that. Not waiting. I'm gonna change it to Let's Draw Produce. I had no idea this would be such a controversial stream, you know? Like, here I thought we were just gonna draw some foods. For anyone who can't tell, I'm being silly. I think it's a very funny discussion. Prehistoric grapes. Maybe, Geiger, sure. Well, I don't know, actually. Does anyone know when the grape first got cultivated? I actually don't know when the grapes came around. You will not die on this hill. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Who would who? That means... yeah, I mean, yeah, they could both be vegetables again. It depends on your definition. That's what we keep saying. It depends on how you're defining vegetable. If you're using that old way of saying vegetable, then all plants are considered a vegetable. It's all about your definitions, folks. You gotta define our terms. That's why definitions are important. You wish. Oh, thanks, Geiger. I appreciate it. It's all a facade. The trick is big blobby colors and add a few tiny sharp edges, and suddenly it looks like you've done more than you have. It's the oldest trick in the book. Be in love. Hey, Arcsteel. I am doing this in Krita. Krita is a free drawing program if anybody is looking for a digital art program to hop into. Krita's great. Avocado skin is really weird, yeah. Avocado skin is really strange. I wish avocados came in bundles like grapes. Do love an avocado. Also, hi Ungoy, how are ya? This is the stream for you, Ungoy. All about food. Krita, sorry, yes, with a K. I should have spelled that, yeah. K-R-I-T-A. Thank you, Vessel, I appreciate that. Yeah, it's a really good one, Steel, if you're looking for a program. Also, hello. Hope you're doing well. Thanks, Maze. Ow, sorry, that was a really strong hiccup and I did not like it. The old alchemical terms, Vessel of Void. Really? Is that what that is? The alchemical terms? I did not know that. That's actually fascinating. So the animal, mineral, vegetable classification is from alchemy? Am I understanding that right? Alchemy is such a strange... It sounds so sci-fi. It's like that one time people thought sci-fi was real life or something. I don't know. Okay. A hammer cop. Why do I feel like I know what that is? I feel like that's a bird. My first instinct is that's a bird. Hey, Nerduino, are you in chat? Hi, Nerduino. We're having an intense discussion. Just brace yourself. It's a little controversial. What defines a fruit or a vegetable? Your thoughts, please, and be warned. There's some strong feelings in chat about this. They wanted to make gold, yeah. It's such a crazy, what a crazy time. I had no idea that was an alchemical thing, but the show I was thinking about, I'm pretty sure, is What's My Line? Because I'm pretty sure that's how they started things off when they tried to guess what things were. They started with, I guess, alchemical classifications. I had no idea. I'm gonna look into that later. That's really, really weird. My first exposure to that show, I'm pretty sure, was 101 Dalmatians. Like that little spoof they do of it. What's My Crime? If anyone's seen 101 Dalmatians, and you know what I'm talking about. That's what they're referencing. But yeah, you guys should go follow Nerduino if you aren't already. Nerduino is fantastic. Fantastic science communication streamer here on Twitch. Does astronomy and answers all the space questions. Every plant is a vegetable that is edible. Well, that's your definition, but like truly, if you're going by those old alchemical terms, Siren, vegetable just means anything. It's like everything in life supposedly could be broken down into 3 categories. It was either animal, vegetable, or mineral. So that was that term. Doesn't have anything to do with edibility. Could cross a watermelon with an avocado. Big seedless avocado. Weighs left. So you just want a giant avocado. You don't want... I was trying to picture what that would do to the watermelon. Hey, Claire. Your definition of fruit versus vegetable depends on if you're a commercial regulatory body or not. See, there's definition. Also, how you doing, Claire? Good to see you. Fruits aren't possible to get your kid to eat. Veggies are only nearly impossible. That's the difference. Wait, really? I had the opposite problem. Your kid won't eat fruits? What? Oh my gosh. I feel like most kids don't want to eat the vegetables, right? One of the best movies of Disney's Broke era. Yeah. It's like, oh shoot, we don't have the money to actually do this the way we normally do. So, exactly. What about cheese, Geiger? That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know what they would do with, like, fungus and molds and stuff. I guess they just didn't... I don't know what they would call it. Would they call it an animal? Because it's not a vegetable. Maybe a cheese would be an animal. and a mushroom would be a vegetable by those terms. I have no idea, actually. That's... yeah, it obviously is not an exhaustive categorization method, because not everything falls into those 3 categories. I don't know. Any alchemists in the chat? Want to answer? I like to think that alchemy was one of those things that only had a very brief run, before people were like, yeah, okay, that was dumb. That's not a thing. Yeah, right, but Angway, so you've missed the context. We're trying to talk about whether, by the old, I guess, alchemical terms, I'm just thinking about that show, What's My Line, where they, like, the first thing they ask is, like, animal, mineral, or vegetable. It's like, well, what if your answer was cheese? Where would that go? All the alchemists are too busy turning lead into gold. Yeah, exactly. Modern alchemy is observed in chemistry. Is it? What do we consider alchemy? Because when I think alchemy, I think like a mix of black magic and chemistry. Like I think of like a weird pseudo-religious ritual practice. Let's see. Cheese is an animal. Clear you. Yes, I am pretty cheesy. You're right. You're right, Pioneer. Hi, Elodin. How are you? Alchemy is simply turning things into other things. Chemical processes. But wasn't it originally just people trying to turn anything into gold? Cheese is a beautiful mistake. It's true. I agree. See, that's what I'm saying. Yes, I had no idea this topic would be so hot. I watched the video you suggested. Oh, good. Which one? Which remind me which video? Yeah, no, I know what cheese is, Claire. What I'm trying to say is somewhat jokingly is how would an alchemist define cheese? Because apparently Vessel said that the whole animal, mineral, vegetable categorization of things, I thought it was from that game show, What's My Line? But apparently it's like an alchemical categorization. So I'm like, how would an alchemist define cheese is basically what I'm asking. It's just old age chemistry. I see. Fun fact. Okay, fun alchemy fact. Old age alchemists used to store alchemical formulas as paintings, using intricate ciphers and interpretation keys. This caused many recipes to be lost as the alchemist dies. Yeah, like ciphers, and that's what I think of when I think of alchemy, is like hidden knowledge and like weird formulas and like indecipherable language, because my understanding was most of them were trying to make gold. Then you must be an alchemist because you have turned the stream to gold. Yes. Twitch alchemy. That's my new hashtag. Hashtag Twitch gold right there. Just like Nerduino said. Guys, I'm not a pro. How many times do I have to say this? Let's see. They would define cheese as yes. I like the way you think, Claire. There is a whole lot going on in cheese, yeah, and it's all delicious. If any, why would you bring these quotes up right now, Amaze, where everyone can read them? I always say things that are stupid. You're pro Casey? Aw, thanks, Geiger. Oh, Handsome Dancer. Thank you for reminding me. Yes, it's such a good movie. Movie? Well, it feels like a movie. It's such a good music video, is what I'm trying to say. It makes me laugh every time. It's possible to change one thing into gold. What do you change into gold? Did they ever figure out how to change anything into gold? Lead? Did they ever manage to do that? I feel like they didn't. Oh, there's an ad also, I'm sorry. We're gonna take a quick stretch break while there's ads. Yeah, I feel like they did. Okay. I love that cheese into gold alchemical discourse is thriving. Chris, we've been on a journey today. Also, you probably can't hear me because of ads, so I'm gonna stop responding. Okay, let's do a little stretch break, guys, and then I'm gonna do the draw me an animal, and then I'll probably move on from these grapes because it's taken me too long. I should probably pick something less. I think you need the Philosopher's Stone. That's right! I forgot all about the Philosopher's Stone thing. Okay, let's do a posture stretch. If you can hear me, this is your sign to unshrimp your back, guys. Just kind of make a little C-curve, push your shoulder blades together. Ugh. Very awkward pose, but it's supposed to be good for you. And then relax your shoulders, and that should drop you into a more natural upright position. We're also going to do a little carpal tunnel stretch here. Feel free to grab water. Also, I might need to grab water. I just realized I left my water bottle on the counter, so I'm going to go do that since we have about a minute left of ads. Twitch adpocalypse. Yeah, sorry guys. Let me do the little ad reminder. Yeah, sorry folks. Alright, I'm gonna grab water, and you should too. I'll be RB. Or just dance, you know, do whatever you want. Okay, I have my water. Water is back. Okay. Claire Bear, I did rig it. It is rigged. It cannot go higher than 79, I think. Actually, it may be 75 now. I feel as time goes on, I feel less and less pro, so it may go lower. Yeah, no, I'm never gonna let my bot give me that much credit, Claire. Although Raga, one of my mods, did set it up originally to be up to like, she put it way too high, like 95 or something. I was like, no, 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 too high. All right, we should be back from ads, guys. Sorry for those, but thank you to anybody who sat through them. It does help the stream out. I appreciate it. I'm going to do the Draw Me an Animal game, since we had a Draw Me an Animal request, and then I'm gonna go to a new fruit. I think I'm feeling done with these grapes. Nobody said you have to finish your studies, right? Why can't I find my mouse? There we go. See? Not a pro. Can't even find my mouse, guys. Also have hiccups. Oh, really bad hiccups. Sorry. I just grabbed a piece of bacon because I didn't finish breakfast before stream. So I ate that too fast. That combined with water and trying to talk has resulted in hiccups. A new fruit or a new vegetable? I don't know. This is Nerdowino. You're asking the hard questions. The whole stream is just going to be arguing about fruits and vegetables. Also, I think I missed some folks right as ads were happening, but Chris, if you're still here, welcome. It's good to see ya. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for popping in. If you guys are looking for another artist to follow, Chris Wright is one of those artists that you should do so. If I can type correctly anyway. A fantastic new artist here on Twitch. Okay, let's see. Hey Genie Problem, how you doing? I knew I missed somebody. Thanks for popping in. I try really hard to say hi to everybody. Sloppy, I'm really glad you enjoyed the music. Oh my gosh, that frog twerk is a lot. Let's see. That's the most famous alchemical experiment? Wait, what? I feel like I'm about to be disturbed here. Nobody's more concerned with what is it. Yeah. Listen, Moose, I just don't want anyone to come in here expecting professionalism. That's like my fear. Because if they come in here expecting me to know what I'm doing, or expecting me to know what I'm talking about, that's when I start to fail people and disappoint them. And that's like top tier Casey's worst fear in life. So if we can just keep those expectations super low, I'll be less stressed, you'll be less stressed, it'll just be better all around. So that's why. Yeah, see you later, Claire. I've been feeling run down. Claire, you run at like 1,000,000 miles an hour. I would hope you take some time off, but thank you for coming in and saying hi and being a part of our volatile discussion that went from fruits and vegetables definitions to alchemy to I don't even know what. We've talked about a lot of things today. Let's see. Oh, are you talking about Full Metal Alchemist? Because I've never seen it. And I'm gonna brace myself for all of the anime rage that's about to come my way, because I know, I've had decades, I know. Haven't seen it. I'm sorry. Let's see. Where is the Draw Me an Animal request? Okay. Full Metal Alchemist. Yeah, everyone always tells me to watch Brotherhood first. Is that true? Alright, Giant Antlion we've done. Hammer Cup. Okay. That's pink. Hold on. Alright, I feel like, I get the feeling that this is a bird. So I think I'm just gonna draw a bird, but I'm probably wrong. I feel like I've looked this up before. Ombret African. So it's something from Africa, but I don't know what ombret means. Okay, so this is my hammer cup. Why do I feel like this is like a bird with a big beak? It's like, for some reason, that's what my brain wants to do. It's probably going to be like a fish or something, but I'm going to go ahead and do this. So when we do the Draw Me an Animal game, for anyone who's never been here for it, just make sure you don't give me any hints in chat. The whole game is me trying to guess what the animal is, either from knowledge that I have or just guessing based on the name, like this one. I do feel like it's a bird. I don't know. I'm curious to look at this one. I'm probably going to be frustrated because once I see it, I'll be like, oh yeah, this thing. But, you know, there's a lot of animals out there. Okay, so I have 5 minutes on the clock to draw whatever I think this is. And we're just going to say starting now. It's 11:09. I have no idea. I just think it's a bird, but I don't know what kind. So we're going to do big beak bird. Should I have a big square beak? Like, should it look like a hammer? I feel like it's like a kookaburra type. I don't know, guys. Maybe I'm just getting my brain mixed up because it says hammer in the name. I'm just basically drawing kookaburra right now. Okay. So there's my burb. Colors for the burb. What color should make you burb? You watched both versions. There's no need to watch the original, only Brotherhood. See, I've heard that a lot, and then some people get really frustrated with whenever I repeat that, and then they're like, no, it's good in a different way. Like, it comes to it, it's just better character or something, I don't know. But I'm probably, if I ever do watch it, I'll probably watch Brotherhood. It's on my list. It's been on my list for a long time. You never managed to watch? Yeah, same Ray of Sun. I've never watched it. It's been on my list since, like, middle school. So at this point it may be something that I don't watch for a long time. Thank you for that hydrate, by the way. I will get to that in just a second. Alright, while I'm drawing this hammer cop that may or may not actually be a hammer cop, by the way, feel free to look it up, chat, if you want to laugh and see how far off I am. Panda lamp! Thank you, Amaze. I can actually barely hear the music because I have to keep it so low so I don't get a copyright ding. But I'm glad you can hear it. Wait, what's happening? Why can't I color? Oh, there it goes. Okay. I'm gonna be really upset when this hammer cop thing is like a fish and not a bird. It's okay. I have no idea. What time are we at? Okay, I've got 3 minutes still. See, now I sing it as Panda Lamp. Panda Lamp. Panda Lamp. It's too funny, guys. If you haven't seen the Panda Lamp, just look up Panda Lamp and you'll see a meme about this song and how it sounds like he's saying Panda Lamp. Or somebody who found a Panda Lamp and it made them think of this song. I'm not sure what actually happened. Either way, it's funny. Or it ruins it for you. It's one of the two. It's a hammer cop. Totally off. Wait, like Axe Cop? Did anyone else read Axe Cop? I don't know why I'm giving him spots. I just am. I don't know what else to do to this bird. So. Panda lamp. I used to love Axe Cop. Oh, thanks, Amaze. I'm assuming you found it for viewing pleasure. Alright, let's see. I've got 1 minute left. We're just gonna say it's a borb. It's an orb sitting on a tree. This tree has very few leaves for some reason. Listen, this is what trees look like, guys, okay? They just are blobs. Didn't you know, chat? Alright, we'll just say this is like the side of a tree or something. Okay, let's go look it up. Reiko, hey, how you doing? It's good to see ya. Alright, let's see what a hammer cop actually is. Because I get the feeling I did the wrong thing. So it's a hammer cop. Is it a bird? It is a bird! Okay, I thought it was a bird. It does kind of have a big beak, but not really. It definitely is not a tree bird. It's a medium-sized wading bird. Okay, well I got the bird part. I'm actually surprised. Although it does have a weird face. Actually, the beak is kind of weird looking. Okay, all right. I'll give myself like a 70 on this. It's definitely not the right type of bird or color, but this is an interesting one. Thanks. I'm glad we just got done playing the Drawing Animal game. I don't know if you've been here for this before, Reiko, but people give me the name of a critter and I have to draw it from memory and or imagination. So, but this is a hammer cop. So yeah, they have really weird beaks, and they do kind of have a little crest. Did I draw a crest? Sort of, not really. It's a wading bird. Let's learn about it. Oh, this one's on a tree. Okay, so sometimes they can go in trees. All right. Oh, it's a pelicaform. Okay, cool. Pelicans and shoebills. Nice. The shape of its head with long bill and crest at the back is reminiscent of a hammer, which has given the species its name, and the Afrikaans word for hammerhead. Oh, nice. It's the only living species in its genus. Cool. Place within pelican. Yeah, I have a whole. I need to redo my bird section of my Pinterest and incorporate these groups more. Fish and amphibians are its food. It's not threatened. Excellent. Locally abundant. Perfect. Love that. Here's where it lives. So this is why I've never seen one, because I don't live here. Imagine memory is a great way to, yeah. Basically, this is basically Schema the game. We're not going to get into Schema right now because we just had like a 50-minute conversation about what is a fruit or a vegetable, and that somehow led to alchemy. We've been all over the place today. Scrolling through Pinterest and saw a bird resembling a shoebill but brown. Yeah, that's a really cool one. I like how you found it. It's a neat bird. It does look like a tiny shoebill. For anyone who's never seen a shoebill stork before, they are very cool. I got to see one at the Dallas World Aquarium, actually. They're really big, really dinosaur looking. But you can see that beak shape is very reminiscent of this one. This is like a tiny shoebill. But gotta love a crest, you know? What's a schema? Jersey. Yeah, what is a schema? Don't get her started. Hey, some people in chat might not have ever heard of what a schema is before. Charzia is asking a really important question. But before I get into that, if you guys want to talk about important questions, you should go follow Raycodactylus. Raycodactylus is a speedrunner here on Twitch, does a lot of games, but also while he's playing games a lot of times, you can get him talking about science and sociology and cognitive studies that he's been researching. The plural is schemata, because yeah, you probably know a lot more about what a schema is than I do. When I talk about schema, Reiko, I'm talking specifically in relation to art and artistic development. So it's like a term that I first encountered in a child development course when I was becoming a teacher. And they talk about how at different stages of development, children go through different schemas of art. And so that's kind of how I talk about it, but I know it's also a psychology term that applies to a lot more broad things that I don't really have. I don't have the knowledge to talk about, but you do. So if you guys want to go talk, if you really want to learn what a schema is in like as far as the human brain, go talk to Reiko. That's literally his area of expertise. But for me, I just talk about it like this. This is, here, you want to hear my schema breakdown? Here it is, since we have an expert in the chat. Hold on. So for anyone who's not familiar with like the art, I guess the developmental stages of art, when we talk about a schema in art, specifically what you're talking about is hitting the right buttons, number one. But for example, like when it was first presented to me, when kids are first learning to draw, it always starts with shapes. And so almost every kid, no matter who they are, what their developmental or cognitive abilities are, they're going to start with scribbles. That's like age 2. Then between 3 and 4, they start to have like the concept of eyes and a mouth. And then they're like, well, okay, well, here's a face. So that's what the circle is. And then they're like, well, and they also have hands, but they usually draw them just out of the face because they haven't been able to put together like how to make things look like they're really just trying to figure out symbols and representations of what they're seeing, right? So they're not really thinking about it as I'm drawing what I see, because they're not to that developmental stage yet. They're just like, oh, my mom has hair, and my mom has hands, and my mom has a face and a smile, you know? And so a lot of kids, this is what they draw. So chances are, if you go back and look at your own drawings between the ages of 3 and 5, this is what you're probably gonna see. And then over time, those symbols that we draw kind of develop into different stages. And the next really obvious one that I remember is they'll start to understand like, oh, like I can draw symbols for like a house, or I can draw symbols for like a tree. It's where you get like broccoli trees and stuff. Vegetable, fruit, I don't know. They don't think about that. But at some point you start to be influenced by the symbols you see around you. So culturally, this stage can start to look a little different. A lot of American kids are gonna have like broccoli trees, a sun. Usually the sun is gonna look like this. And then a really big part of this stage is kids have learned more about environment, but they don't really understand still how to get it on a page. So you'll see a lot, it was always very funny to me. I had to like teach this out of kids a lot. But when they'll color the sky, they'll just color it at the top of the page, because to them the sky is above So it makes logical sense in their brain, but they're not putting together that they are taking something that's dimensional and trying to put it on a two-dimensional surface. So they're thinking three-dimensionally when they do this, even though it looks like they're just not coloring the whole page. So if you ever see a kid that just colors the blue at the sky at the top, that's where their brain is at. And they'll color in everything else because it has lines and stuff around it. But because the sky is not an object color, it's something that's above, that's what they're representing. And so basically you just go through these stages. You're still at the scribble stage? So Reiko, that's actually what we talk about whenever we talk about schema, because a lot of people, when they say I can't draw, what they're really saying is, I got to a stage of artistic development where I felt like I could communicate via the symbols I wanted to, and I no longer progressed. It's really just a skill that you either choose to develop or you keep it at this stage. So there are a lot of people, like when you get to a certain level of symbols, it's like, oh, I've learned that people look like this instead of this, and I'm just going to stay with stick figures because I don't feel the need to communicate visually any more detailed than that. The difference between what makes somebody an artist, like somebody would call themselves an artist, is somebody who's taken the time to continue to observe, to notice that, oh, the sky's not just at the top, right? It's the whole, like, you observe what's around you and you start to learn about different things. So basically that's what we talk about, and that's part of what the art gym talks about, is basically like kind of breaking your own schema. So like at some point, instead of drawing what you see, you start just drawing symbols. So a lot of people who say they can't draw, it's like, oh, when I try to draw a flower, all I can draw is this. You're like, this looks terrible. And I'm like, well, it's because you haven't spent time observing. You haven't developed that skill, but that doesn't mean you can't. So for example, I do this thing I call the 5-minute art lesson, and it works with, I've done it literally with every class I ever taught. I've done it with adults of all ages, and it'll work with anybody. I basically just, people say I can't draw, and I'm like, stop right there. I can prove that you can draw, and I can prove it in 5 minutes. And they're like, whatever. And so I'll grab a sticky note or a piece of paper, and I'll put it in front of them. We'll say, draw a cup. And so usually what they do is they draw a schema of a cup or a symbol, right? They just draw this. Sometimes they'll draw the circle, depending on their level of observation. Sometimes if they've really just stuck with the symbols, they'll just draw this. So you get usually one of these two things when you ask someone to draw a cup, right? And then I'll say, cool, so that was your cup. And then I'll stick an actual cup in front of them. And I'll say, okay, now draw a cup, but this time you have to look at the cup more than your paper. And that's the only instructions, is you just have to look at the cup more than your paper. And inevitably, every single time, no matter who the person is, they will end up drawing something that's like, oh, they're actually noticing things because they're forcing themselves to actually look at what they're seeing and not what they think they see. Now, this is my schema of a cup, right? Like, I'm not looking at a cup right now. But they'll be like, oh, like, I noticed some shadow here. I noticed shadow here. I'll notice, I notice the slight roundness of the bottom. And inevitably, cup number 2 or whatever thing is always better. And then they're always like, oh my gosh, I guess I can draw. And I'm like, yeah, drawing is a skill. Drawing is something that you develop over time. It's not some magical inborn ability that you just pop out of the womb being able to do. Literally everybody starts here. I've seen hundreds of thousands of drawings like this. Nobody is born with like a natural... The most I will give is like maybe some kids are more observant than others. And so maybe if you've spent a lot of time really observing what you see, you might be able to naturally jump into a slightly more detailed, like your cup will look like this instead of this, right? But like that's as much as I'm willing to give talent, the whole talent skill conversation. That's as much as I'm willing to give that. Anyway, so that's my schema. There's my little schema rant right there. You're welcome, Charzia. Charzia is always the one. Always the one. Some I wouldn't say it's something that can be learned, Siren. Like you can always learn to be a better observer. That's the beauty of it. Like learning to be observant is not something that is only some kids can do and some can't. That's why this works, Siren, is because anybody can learn to observe. It's just that you haven't practiced it. So this is what you draw when you're not observing. This is your schema. This is your symbol. This is your basic visual communication that either you have developed or you haven't. This is what happens when you start training, because I had this conversation with somebody at work because she did that and she was like, oh my gosh, like I didn't know I could do that. I'm like, yeah, and here's what's going to happen. The next time you look at a glass, you're going to start to notice things. You're going to start to look at that and be like, oh, look at where the light is hitting that rim. And you're going to start asking yourself questions like, why is it making that shape? why is it making that shadow? Like, how does it look thick versus thin if it's a glass or a piece of plastic? How does the light interact there? And you're gonna start noticing more things because you've spent time thinking about it. And the more you do that, the next time you go to draw, you know, that's why I can draw this without a reference, is because I've spent time thinking of it. It's not like my best cup ever, but you know what I mean? Anyway, I'm gonna go off on a whole rant about it. But anyway, yeah, that's my talk about schema. But like I said, Rhacodactylus actually knows probably a lot more about the psychology behind all that. I just speak about it from like a art development position, because I was an art teacher. And my first exposure to the concept of a schema was when I was training to be an educator. Yeah, I knew somebody was going to. Just trying to get ahead of it. Anyway, you're welcome, Charzia. Let's see. Your first drawings were in first grade and you're about the same right now. Geiger, it's because you haven't spent time trying to break out of that schema. And that's actually part of why we talk about, because I do encounter people that are like, no, I've been drawing for years, but I'm not getting better. But what I find out when I'm like, okay, what are you drawing? They're always like, yeah, I can only draw with a reference. I can't draw from imagination. And that's what we talk about a lot here in the art gym, is the whole purpose of these is to learn how to study versus copy. So studying is just like what I was talking about when you're actually asking questions. You're looking at things and saying, okay, why does the water look like this? Like, why is there a line here? I'm not worried about copying the exact line. I mean, look at these grapes. These grapes, guys. This is not a copy, because this looks like, if you were to lay this over that, I totally messed it up. It's not a direct copy. I wasn't interested in copying this picture. That's not going to help me. That's not going to develop my visual library and make it to where I can draw things from imagination. That's only going to teach me how to copy. If you're studying something, which copying is a great skill if you want to be a hyper-realist painter, right? If you want to be able to do super hyper-realistic stuff, you need to develop the ability to copy line for line and to really closely observe. But when you make that transition from trying to do realism to trying to draw from imagination, you kind of have to relearn a different way of looking at reference. Like, you're not trying to copy, you're trying to ask questions. And so that's why I try to encourage, as we draw, I try to encourage, like, hey, ask yourself questions like, you know, like, why do I see light right there? Why do I see light right here? Why is there like a dark red? Oh, that tells me that this leaf is somewhat translucent. How do I replicate that? Like, how do I use my tools to make that effect? That is how you're going to learn over time, over repetition, over practice. That's how you're going to learn how to draw from imagination, and it takes years. One of my favorite ways to answer the question, like, if I draw something really fast, and people are like, oh my gosh, how long did it take you to draw that? I know what they're asking. They mean like in this minute, but what I always tell them is like decades. It took me decades to draw that, because it's true. You know, it took decades of study to get to a place where I can draw certain things from imagination. I can't draw a motorcycle from imagination. I haven't studied motorcycles very much. That's part of what the art gym is for, I need accountability to study things that I don't draw, like grapes and buildings and people. Like, I need to practice those things if I want to get proficient over time. So that's what this space is for. And there's my TED Talk on the purpose of the art gym. Okay, let's get back on track. Okay. Let's see. It's just general cross domains. Schemata are just patterns of thought. Yeah, exactly. It's like a way of thinking of something. Hey, Audinet, how are you? Woo. It's good to see you. Sorry, there was a loud gust of wind and it scared me. You're still, yeah. And it's okay to be at the scribbles phase. Your description of progressing through schema and art development is something you could clip and use in a lecture. I've talked about it a bit, and it was really applicable when I was teaching. I mean, you could see it. I would watch year to year kids go from that first stage to the later stages. It's definitely a trackable thing. Let's see. You can see me as I was an elementary school art teacher. Turns out elementary school trains you really well for Twitch. I was, yeah. Talent is skill that was gained without it being noticed. I just don't know if I believe in talent, to be honest. I think to call something a talent, I don't think people mean to, but for me it tends to like underplay the amount of work that has gone into going from stick figure to something else, you know. But it's also, I also don't like saying talent just because I feel like it almost like discourages new artists from trying, because they will look at their drawings, they're very simple, like stick figure or whatever, and be like, oh, I can never do that, I don't have the talent. And I'm like, no, I think it's just the art teacher in me maybe, but I'm like, I want to encourage everybody to try. I really think that, you know, developing an observational skill set is super helpful, even if you don't want to be an artist, even if you're like, you know, an accountant or something. Learning to think creatively and learning to observe and ask questions is always going to benefit your life, no matter what you're doing. It's going to keep your brain more active. It's going to mean your brain is working. So I would imagine it could help with things like, I mean, I don't have any studies to back this up, but I imagine anytime you're using critical thinking skills, you're staving away, you know, brain matter deterioration for things like Alzheimer's. But you know, if you're a scientist, you can ask better questions by training your observation eye. You know, if you're a writer, you can notice details to put into your work. If you're a musician, you can write better song lyrics, or maybe closely observing a leaf will inspire, you know, like there's so many things that being a more observant person who likes to ask questions, there's so many places that can help. And so I don't want to ever discourage anybody from, and I think that's why I don't like the word talent, if I really had to like break it down, is because it does feel like it feels like a way for people to be like, oh, I can't because I don't have the talent. And I'm like, no, you could. You just have to be willing to fail a lot. And that's, again, not to keep circling back to the purpose of the art gym, but that really is why we're here. To get better, you have to do this. You have to be willing to sit down and get the bad drawings out, right? And this is something I've struggled with for years. And part of why I need this space, because otherwise I won't do studies, because I don't like failing. Nobody likes to feel like you made a bad drawing, and it's really defeating. But if the idea is, if we can all just struggle together and we can all acknowledge that we're all trying to get better in this space, like it's okay to struggle. I don't know. Yeah, I just want everybody to feel like they can try, and that it's a skill, even if you don't plan on doing anything professional with it. You know, that it's something that you can, that you can add to your repertoire as a human. So, okay, let me catch up on chat a little bit. I'm really behind. You remember when you were around 4 or 5, you were trying to draw a blue giraffe while watching Pokemon on TV? Probably because you wanted to draw probably. It was basically a round horse. I love it. No, I love it, but that's what gets kids excited about drawing. Well, thank you, Raycodactylus. I appreciate that. Something you've noticed about yourself is that your eye struggles to break down values. You can tell highlight and shadow, but can't seem to grasp the value of each respectively. Shadow is shadow, not deep shadow. So that's gonna come with time, I think, Sloppy Salamander. That's just something that as you learn how to vary your pencil pressure, because you do a lot of stuff traditionally, you'll learn different ways to texture your lines. You could do like hatching for shadow, you could do all kinds of things. And I think over time you'll start to notice, try Sloppy Salamander, if you want to get better at value, and this goes for anybody, try finding a white object. So it could be like a Kleenex, honestly, or a white piece of fabric. And just, I know it sounds really boring, but draw that and really focus on how like the slightly different changes in here. There's one right here. Let me show you. Or even like, there was something they had us do when I took a painting class, is we had to paint a roll of toilet paper. It sounded very boring, but like, so with this Kleenex, my lighting is terrible on this camera, so it might be hard to see. Oops, and it's upside down, so that's cool. I'm a pro streamer, guys. I don't know why it's like this, but do you see? This is why we have the pro tag, guys. Do you see how there's like some of them are really light and some of them are really like a little bit darker, and because it's a white object, you can really pick out, like this one right here, you might notice how it fades from light to dark, you know? So I would recommend doing some studies like that. Let's get it off this upside down camera. Sorry, guys. Anyway, that might help. No, and that's all stuff that's gonna come with time. Geiger, perspective drawing is something I need to practice. I don't do a lot of drawing in perspective. I can't even get my perspective grids to work in this program. I need to figure that out. But that is something that's on the list of things to practice, for sure. You're learning dinosaur anatomy at breakneck pace without meaning to, because as you draw the body, you talk yourself through it and name the bones. And Sloppy, the reason I think you're doing so well with it is because you spent a lot of time looking at dinosaur bones. Like, you have the scientific observational understanding of what these things look like to know when you've drawn it incorrectly and to catch yourself. You have kind of a leg up on the observation of that specific animal, and that's going to help you progress really fast. That's really what it is. This is why art and science work so well together. You know, it's all about careful observation and asking questions. With art, it's about being curious about literally everything. And so if you like being curious, art might be for you. I think you're doing great. I've loved watching you draw. Do you have an accountability dinosaur? Should I? I don't know. What does that mean, Mr. Big Cookie? How you doing, Adonette? I'm finally catching up to chat. Hold on. Recovering from the other night. A very strange night. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you had a weird night, but I'm glad you're feeling better. I'm glad you're enjoying the big beasties. Don't do art. There's too many artists. I don't know about that. The fewer artists there are, the more... You guys, I understand. Listen, it does increase... Sure. If fewer people make art, that means those of us who are crazy enough to keep trying to do it professionally have more job opportunities, but just because somebody starts drawing doesn't mean they want to do it professionally. I still think it's a great hobby. I think it's something that's good for your brain. And it's the elementary school art teacher in me probably, but I'm not going to discourage somebody from learning to draw. Yeah, exactly, Siren. Even if all you want to do is learn how to draw well enough to draw your own D&D characters, frankly, like, that's fine. That's how a lot of people start drawing. Like, I started drawing because I liked Disney movies, and I would pause the screen and, like, draw from the screen stills. Like, at the time, I was basically doing Disney studies. I just didn't realize it. But starting out with the fundamentals is going to make you a stronger artist in the long run, because you're not learning a style. That's another thing. Another way the term schema can be applied is a lot of times people will fall into a schema that is actually like a style. It's almost like a style box that you have a hard time breaking out of because you've just reinforced that this is the way you draw faces, or this is the way you draw eyes, or this is the way you draw this so many times, because when you were a kid, you probably spent a lot of time studying anime or studying Disney. I had a bad Disney schema that it took me until like after college to break, or maybe sometime in college, because I hadn't spent enough time studying non-stylized drawings. So yeah, let's see, getting into beekeeping got me more observant in what grows where. Being told that getting into art will make me more observant, like, that makes total sense. Yeah, exactly, Mr. Big Cookie. Yeah. I really do think it does. Because all being an artist, like, most artists that I know that are super, what I would consider professional and proficient and really good at what they do and being creative, they're also incredibly good at being observant and doing constant observational studies. An artist friend of mine that I really admire, she literally takes a sketchbook with her everywhere and is constantly sketching from observation, like all the time. Boring stuff like chairs and blankets and people in coffee shops. Like, and her work looks nothing like any of that. She draws like crazy fantastical creatures and like insane sci-fi scenes, like, but the reason she's able to do that is because she spent time studying reality. And so if anybody's like, well, I don't want to draw grapes, I want to learn how to draw dragons, it's like, cool. This is teaching you how to handle light. And if you want to make your dragon look realistic, you got to learn how light works. It's all connected, you know? Don't have the patience or the confidence to really develop it. A lot of people don't. You're not alone. Your brain is pretty good about picking up details. Always had crazy detailed imagination, but never been good at putting stuff down. But that's what Sunshro is for. There you go, Pyro Kitty. Yeah, I think that's a common thing. A lot of people don't. It's a lot of work. Like, in some ways, the earlier start you get in life drawing, you do have a bit of a leg up. Especially if when you were a kid, you were really good at observing and experimenting and actually studying. If you were a kid who drew a lot, but you just drew the same thing over and over, like me, you probably ended up with a really heavy schema of a certain style. A lot of kids fall into that trap. I know a lot of people who still draw in the same style that they drew in when they were, in middle school, which is fine if you're just doing it for fun, but if you're trying to do it professionally, it's gonna stunt you in the long run if you don't try to break that schema. I'm not gonna, you know what, I changed my mind. I'm not actually gonna draw the vines. I kind of wanted to do a study of this leaf, but I really want to draw something other than this bunch of grapes. So I think I'm just gonna move on from this, and draw something else. Hold on, I've messed this up. But no, I think these conversations are interesting. I hope I'm not being boring, but I don't know. I obviously have a little bit of passion about the topic, and it is a part of why I became a teacher, you know, in the first place. It's part of why it was hard to leave, is because I do think that stuff's important, and I think it helps people's lives, and a lot of people see art as like this frivolous thing, and sometimes it can be, but I still think the skills that you need to become an artist are going to be helpful in life no matter where you go. I mean, creative problem solving is a quickly vanishing skill set, at least in American youth, because of a lot of things I'm not gonna go into right now. But there's a lot of issues, and they aren't just in the schools. But anyway, creative problem solving is definitely always gonna help you out. That's the TLDR. How's the weather? Windy apparently. It keeps scaring me. You see so much right now, and it's just like that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Would love to stream how to access it in Discord. What do you mean, Siren? I'm not sure what you're asking. I need to make more effort to draw in places other than work, because having multiple light sources is great. Exactly, yeah. Set up a still life at home. I use my desk lamp and I'll just point it at various objects, and that's a really good way to change the lighting really quickly on something. And try different types of objects, like try solid objects, try translucent objects. You could do matte objects, which are like painted, like really like not see-through at all. Soft objects, you know, like all kinds of things. It really will help. I know it sounds boring, but those are the fastest ways to improve, because studying still life is going to teach you about light and value and texture and how to replicate that stuff. Yeah. There's no way I could see myself drawing professionally. Yeah, but that's okay. You don't have to. It can just be a hobby. There's nothing wrong with keeping it as a hobby. You've never heard of this schema? Are you joking, Eichmann? Are you joking? Are you joking right now? You have to be joking. I just went on like a 20-minute tirade about schema. You have to be kidding. Did I shout? I can't remember if I shouted you out. Guys, go follow Eichmann if you aren't already. I think we did. But if not, you guys should check him out. Was a streaming girl that I met this year. Pixar schema. You'd be wearing Shrek and Donkey. So Siren, Shrek and Donkey is DreamWorks. Yeah. Thanks, Pikmin. I see you there. Oh, thank you. Whoever gave that shout out, you guys should go follow Eichmann. For best study, I look at my bank account and practice circles. Ooh, Odin, I feel that. I feel that. After this last month with my car, I feel that. Yeah. Puns are a great art medium. Hey, to be a comedian, you also have to be an observer. You cannot make life funny unless you carefully observe life. That's also an art form. Absolutely. Give peppers a try. Texture? Yeah, peppers are crazy. That reminds me, I forgot to post my pepper studies from last year. No, you just got here and you've never heard that word before? I wonder if we should clip my rant from earlier. Yeah, so TLDR here, actually, so when I talk about schema, it's basically, I'll do a really short version. When I first learned about it, it was basically, it's like stages of art development. And so every kid starts from the same place. It's just shapes with eyeballs. Like that's how they draw symbols. We all start by drawing symbols, basically. And the advancing level of our symbol drawing is what defines artistic schemas. Like how you're basically, it's like basically a pat answer for something. It's like, how do I visually communicate a tree? You know, I draw a broccoli tree is what we called them in art education. It's this, right? So that's a symbol for a tree. You're not really drawing a tree, you're drawing a symbol that represents a tree. And as you get older, when people say like, how long have you been drawing? It's a strange question to me because everybody draws as a kid. It's just, did you keep drawing or did you stop? And at some point, some kids get tired of just drawing symbols and they start noticing things. It's like, oh, well, hang on. That tree actually has branches, so your broccoli tree might turn into this. And it's like, well, actually, hold on. There's like shapes in the tree, you know, and there's like different groupings of these big blobs, you know, and oh, like, hold on, there's like texture, you know, in the trunk. So it's like over time, kids, all humans eventually either decide to break away from the basic symbol schemas and actually draw and actually learn how to draw, or people are just happy with broccoli trees and that's how they draw their whole life. And then as adults, they're like, oh, I can't draw because this is all I can do. And it's like, well, you could, you just haven't practiced. That's the short version. of what a schema is. Tips for learning how to draw from the shoulder. I'm not very good at that, to be honest. Mr. Big Cookie, I would say drawing traditionally is when I tend to draw from the shoulder better. For anyone who doesn't know what that means, it's like when you're drawing a circle, you move your whole arm instead of just your wrist. I would say a larger piece of paper is going to help you get into that habit. I have a really bad habit of only drawing from the wrist, and I know I do. And that's not good for repetitive use injuries, so I need to be better about painting with my whole arm. But it's because I've spent so much time on small digital surfaces, I think, and small sketchbooks. I have a pretty bad habit of drawing from the wrist, so I need to work on it. I'm probably not the best one to give you a tip. He has you look over stuff. I can't always pick out what exactly is wrong, but I usually can be like, the head looks wrong on the show. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can still help out. It's just really funny that you said that, Eichmann, because we literally just finished a huge discussion about it, so I thought you were joking. But that's totally fine. I'm happy to talk about it. Subject teacher, again, if I have been you've been invited to try to be one. But it's hold on. If I have any study time left in me, I'd love to get a doctorate in some part of the subject. Hey, you know what? I don't know. You only live once. Why not? I have made something truly ugly. Vessel, I'm sure you... I love that, though, actually, Vessel, the way you said that. I know you're kind of being funny, but... So, if anyone missed it, Vessel said, I have made something truly ugly, but I'm weirdly proud of it because I learned something. That's exactly the point of the art gym. If you feel like sharing that with us in the warm-up studies, feel free, but no pressure. If anybody ever draws along anything, even if you don't share, feel proud of yourself, because the whole point is to learn. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get the bad drawings out so that we can break down our schemas and be better illustrators and be better imaginative drawers. Artists? Drawers is not a word, please don't listen. I wasn't an English teacher, okay? Honestly, I need to read again. I haven't read in a long time, and I can definitely tell my language is suffering because I have not been reading as much as I used to. Alright, let me pick one more food. I'm gonna pick a simple food, because I need to at least do 2 drawings today. Let's do a bunch of bananas. This is a simple drawing. Banana bunch. Do. Banana bunch. Let's do it down here, I think. Bananas. Alrighty. Make it a VOD highlight. I might have to. I'll have to. It would be nice if I don't know if it was very cohesive, but yeah, maybe I'll go back and do that. It isn't like exactly Siren. I agree. Someone could clip Casey saying Panda Lamp and then title it Schema Rant. Oh, Black Betty, Schema Rant. Doesn't work as well. Broccoli tree, yeah, that's what we called them. Discuss something similar about symbols, but about the topic of using references for real information instead of just drawing a symbol. Yeah, that's kind of what we talk about here, Eichmann. That's kind of the whole purpose of the art gym. Like, it always leads into this conversation when we talk about schema, is like the whole purpose is learning how to study versus copy. Like, a lot of times you'll hear people say, I have been trying to draw. I've been drawing for years and I can only draw from reference. And the reason I had to think about this a lot. I was actually talking to some other artists on Twitch about this earlier this year, and it really got me thinking about why that is. And I really think it's just because people aren't learning to study, they're copying. So it's something I struggle with too. It's really easy to fall into that trap when you only use photo references like this. Like, this is already 2D. But if I were to take an actual bunch of bananas and sit it in front of me, that's a 3-dimensional object. I can't copy a line because there is no line. Because this is flattened, oh, thank you for that follow. I don't know who it was, but thank you so much, I appreciate that. A true elsewhere, I love your name, beautiful. Thank you for that follow. So like with a flat 2D image, you can like see the lines, right? Like there's implied line here. So it's really easy when you're drawing from photo reference like this to just draw the lines and that you see, and you forget that it's a 3-dimensional form. That's why we did like we actually did a study where all we did was talk about the planes of objects and like finding the curves in these objects and trying to think about them as 3-dimensional shapes, right? You don't have to think about it as hard if you just draw from life, because those are 3-dimensional shapes your brain is having to learn how to put onto paper and turn into a 2-dimensional image. So people who draw from observation often don't have the same issues of only knowing how to copy as people who only draw from two-dimensional, like flat images, references, right? This is why I try as often as I can to encourage people to, and I need to do more of it too, to actually like make a still life. Like I was talking about with Sloppy, like draw an actual object. Take a figure drawing class, go draw real people, go sit in a coffee shop, draw what you see around you. Like you're gonna grow so much faster, especially when you're first starting out, by doing that versus copying, like drawing from images like this, but falling into the habit of possibly copying. So it's like when you're doing these studies, you have to kind of consciously think about studying and asking questions. Like instead of being like, okay, the line goes like this, be like, why do I see that this part is lighter than this part? How is it making that implied line? Oh, it's because that part of the object is on top and then it curves around and it has this like, you know, there's like these lines on a banana, these like edges almost. Even though we think of it as a round object, it's actually more like this, right? And that's how we're getting these planes, these really sharp areas of light and dark. It's because the light is hitting the surfaces at different angles very sharply. And just by asking myself that question and walking through that logic, it helps me to make a better drawing because I'm not copying anymore. I'm trying to study. And that's why these grapes don't look anything like these grapes. Like, I totally skipped a lot of these grapes. Like, I'm missing a grape here, I'm missing a grape here. Like, I didn't copy it. I was trying to study the light and all that. So anyway, let me keep scrolling down. I'm getting behind. The collection of educational points using clips in Discord. Yeah, I probably should, I'll admit. And thank you for the highlight there. It's beautiful and helpful. Oh my gosh, Charzia. Charzia, are you really trying to buy that much time? I think the original schema talk would require a highlight. Yeah, it was way too long, for sure. If you want a bus study, go to the NFL Hall of Fame. Some of the greatest... Oh, you mean like actual sculptures of players? Is that what you're talking about? Oh, is Science here? I see a Science shout out. He must be here. We were talking about you earlier, Science. You overshot your pepper goal. He looks like a shit. I'm sure it's fine, Sloppy. Vessel straight into the abyss. Yeah, that's right. It's in the studies. Oh, nice. You must show your ugly baby too. I doubt it's ugly. Thank you for sharing it, though. I need to be better about sharing the ones I'm not proud of in the warm-up studies. I do sometimes, like, skip the ones that I don't like, and I need to just get over that. Yeah. A bunch of bananas. Yeah, exactly. Just some fruit. Oh my gosh. Or is it a vegetable? I think there's also a difference between copying photo reference, copying art someone else made. Yeah, for sure, because you're copying someone else's schema if you're copying from something else someone else made. I think you can still study other artists. It's really important to do that if you want to develop, like, if you want to learn what your style can be and how people have decided to warp reality, basically, to come up with a style. I think art studies, like master studies or master copies, depending on what you want to call them, those are still really helpful. But, yeah, I've met some people that say I was good at drawing as a kid, but now I can't. But what they did was redraw cartoons and Disney. Yeah, they developed a schema, exactly. They developed a style schema. That stuff is already translated for you through the original artist site. Exactly. We're on the same page, Ackman. We talk about this all the time, about how you're not really studying anatomy, you're studying a style. That's why gesture drawing is important, so you can learn how to place that anatomy into... Like, you can't know what to warp into a style if you haven't studied what's real. Like, you don't know how to change it to make it believable without knowing what it's already supposed to look like. Yeah. Welcome in, True Elsewhere. Oh my gosh, Science, why with the legs? Why with the legs? Oh my gosh, how are you doing, Belint? It's good to see you. Guys, you should go follow Belint, even though he is completely bullying me with these creepy leg emotes. Thank you, Charzia, for the posture check. How you doing? So, no, Blint, don't do that. Oh, I hate the other one, please. I hate it more than the leg one. Okay, that's not as bad. That's not the one I thought you were gonna do. How are you doing? Is a joke that they're busted athletes, but they're saying they're... Oh, I see, London. Sorry, I missed the joke. I'm not a sports person. I'm not doing... the weekend was random lines and syllables. Got it. Oh, excellent. Oh, why could I not read that? My weekend was alright. It was, yeah, it was okay. It was as good as it could have been, I think. But I hope yours was good. And I know Belit just got back from visiting San Diego, I think? Not San Francisco, or did I get that backwards? He visited somewhere. And I hope, no, dang it. Belit, wait, I forgot. Hold on. I have actual power here. Wait. Can I delete that? It won't let me, Belit. Aha! I've been deleted. Why have I let myself be bullied this whole time? I totally forgot I could do that. This whole time. Oh my gosh. I'm so, not a pro. You guys, listen, if you ever wonder, see, less than 50%. Finally, the bot understands. And now she knows. Watch out, she's growing a backbone. Never, sloppy salamander. You have a record now. See, it feels awful, doesn't it, Blit? Blit, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You brought that. You made me do it. It didn't bring me any joy. What is it that you say to like a kid? It's like it hurts me more than it hurts you. Yeah, definitely that one. She can't fight all this. Wait, we're not having a battle in chat. We already did that. We already couldn't figure out fruits and vegetables today. That was the most controversy we've ever had in this stream. Other than Belent's creepy foot-licking emote that I do not like. Actually, Belent, I don't even think you have a record. Wait. It doesn't say there was mod action taken, even though I deleted it. I'm confused. Oh, it's because I didn't actually, like, ban you for a second. I didn't time you out, that's why. I was too nice. That was your leniency delete. It's going on your permanent record. I know, I hate that. I hate a permanent record. That's why I'm still so sad that I don't know if my little warning thing is actually off of my Twitch permanent record or not. Like, Blint, you're an ambassador. Do you know, is there a Twitch permanent record? Like, if I get a warning for something, is that like forever visible on the back end? Extra, Casey Snort deleting comments of partners. Not just a partner. Oh, you're right, Pikmin. I rebelled against an ambassador just now. Please don't ban me. I will never ban you. Don't worry. Oh, unless it's on accident, which I did one time, because I'm not a pro. There is! Okay, I've been trying to get them to, like, take that off, because I didn't do anything. I got accidentally dinged. Because I was doing a figure study, and I think a bot or something thought I was doing something that wasn't work safe, but it was a very clothed figure. It just happened to look somewhat flesh-toned if you were, like, zoomed out. Pro streamers do, yeah, I do it all the time. Can you get, no, I don't want to ban anybody. But it's more for if you continue to be naughty. I see. Well, they said that they fixed it multiple times, but then it kept not being fixed. And so it makes me think that, like, maybe there's not a way to take it off, or if there is, the support team doesn't know how to do it. I don't know. No, don't stage a coup. I'll be sad. Do you have any idea on how hurtful this is? People like me to pin entirely streamers not knowing how to pin people. Mr. Big Cookie, I apologize to everyone. I'm so sorry. I take it all back. I've lost track of what I'm apologizing for. Oh, am I apologizing for deleting Blint's offensive emote? Blint over here trying to make this a somewhat sus family-friendly stream. Let's see. It rained, but you were inside. Oh, I thought you meant it rained inside. I was like, that's magic. Well, I hope they're okay. Let's see. Oh, so you were in San Fran, not San Diego. Listen, I'm confused. Either way, I hope you had fun. You got timed out for talking anatomy. Okay, yeah. Sometimes my auto mod is kind of intense, but that's to keep out the bad actors, you know. You have nothing to worry about unless you keep putting. But wait, you say keep. Wait, hold on. I want to set this very straight for the record. You say keep putting up naked people, as in if I ever did that in the first place. But that's the problem, Blint. They were very much not naked. She was wearing like granny panties and a tank top. Like it was like less revealing than a swimsuit. It was not. No. This is a fruit. I'm not trying anything bad. You're banned from a favorite stream? What did you do, Ungoy? Hey, Mayor of Canada, how are ya? Remember that piece of art that was a banana duct taped to a canvas? No, but I'm not surprised that it exists. They were just skin tone. Yeah, it was basically a leotard. And so I got dinged because I think it was probably a bot that was like, hey, this looks like it should be flagged as 18 plus. But it was very much a clothed figure. I just keep trying to wait. Like, they're aware, and I don't know if they know how to solve the problem. I kind of feel like I got the brush off a little bit. Maybe not. Maybe they're actually trying to help. I don't want to assume, but it just feels like maybe it's just gonna be on there, like on my account, and I'm very sad about it because I never had a permanent record, and I don't plan on starting now. I'm very sad that it exists, possibly, especially when I didn't do anything wrong. Feels very unjust. Someone probably reported me and the staff looked and thought it was nude. Oh, so someone casually scrolling by thought, just like didn't look close enough and thought it was a nude and reported it. Yeah. It's really frustrating because it wasn't. So it went through what you're telling me is it went through two humans that didn't look closely. That's frustrating. Somebody's an ARC. No, I mean, it was probably somebody just scrolling through on the art Instagram, on art Twitch, probably. Because there's lots of not safe for work artists. The live reaction, it was not hilarious. I was distraught, Ungoy. It was not funny. I was very displeased. No, I doubt that, Science. Probably somebody who just thought I was being sus. I mean, I try to give the benefit of a doubt. I'm sure there was good intention there. But I just don't like being unjustly accused. I know, right, Sloppy? I was really sad. I am still kind of sad. I was like, but I didn't do anything. Like, I clipped it, I re-uploaded the VOD, I like clipped to the part that it happened at so you could see exactly what was on stream. I have all this evidence. Well, wait, what? The ambassador is, oh my gosh, yes. Science is secretly a rambunctious rascal. Maybe not even secretly, actually. Is the most rascally of the family-friendly streamers. He tried to get me to look up a Borat swimsuit one time. And I was like, what is this? Sorry, I'm not as good at making up stuff as you are, Belint. I feel immediately guilty. I'm like, oh, but he didn't really do that. Oh my gosh, Turgis! What is going on? You were gonna question the secretly part? Yeah. Hey, Pat Draws. No, it was not a lewd stream. It was very... Listen, let's all just take a stretch break and a water break. We have an ad. All right, we're gonna just shake this out, guys. But you did miss the ads. Yeah, sorry. Everybody take a hydration break. If you can hear the sound of my voice, unshrimp your back. You're probably shrimping like me right now. If anybody wants to support the stream by sitting through ads, feel free, but I also understand if you don't want to. I get it. Turgus. Okay, let's stretch, guys. Posture stretch. No. Can you hear me? I don't think you can hear me. Somebody please tell Blint that I don't enjoy them. He keeps lying to people about a lot of things. Guys, I don't even know if he can hear me right now, actually. So here's what Blint does. He lies about the emotes that I like. He incites riots with Turgus to spam lots of leg emotes. Like what's happening right now. And he also lies and tells people that I am pushing for partner, which I am not. So, he's a troublemaker, but it's okay because he's an ambassador. I guess. Oh my gosh, why is it so big? We're not pushing. I need to, please somebody get this out of here. Just gonna, can I spam in my own chat? It's horrible, right, Ray of Sun? It's a weird emote. I don't understand it. It makes me uncomfortable. It's, if I didn't think it was slightly funny, I would delete it just like the other one. I do appreciate the Gigantify. However, I'm just gonna push it out of my view. Oh my gosh. I give up. 180 seconds of ads or yes, Patros. I can't tell if you're joking. I think you're joking. They're the same thing. They're the same thing. For those who don't know, 3 minutes of ads is 180 seconds of ads. Oh, and you can hear me. Okay, perfect. It says the ad break has 10 seconds left. Good thing Science and Turgus are here to just spam creepy emotes in my chat. Wait, what is that one? That feels extremely, That emote feels extremely sus. So how come that emote can exist, but I can't draw fully clothed humans on Twitch and get a warning? Oh my gosh. I'm gonna finish drawing this banana. We're gonna draw this banana. Oh my gosh, Belit. Also, Turgus, hello. I don't know if you heard me say hello before you got sucked into the ad vortex. But, I'm glad you guys are having fun. But I was just telling everybody not to believe you, Belit. So at some point you have to stop lying to people that I'm pushing. Because then, Belit, what if I actually do decide to push someday? But nobody actually believes you because you've been telling them that I was pushing for so long. See? See the problem? Yeah, Science is being very trippy. Science, are you bored at work? The ads are being weird. Central left your stream up on his screen while he's at work, but he doesn't have a sub. His ads have just been coming randomly. That's strange. Sometimes Twitch is... I don't know. I don't really understand the Twitch ads thing. Welcome back, Chris, right? Yeah, I do need to turn the emote wall back to, so I turned it to where one emote would bounce whenever somebody put in emotes, even if you did a bunch. And I changed it for the 2K stream, and I keep forgetting to go back and turn it back off. So, let's see. Here's the thing. Yesterday you said yes, maybe I'll push, which is more than last week. So tomorrow will be, no, Balloon. Listen. I'm trying to appease you. I'm trying to, you know. You can't bully me into being a partner. That's not very, what's the word I'm trying to say? Hold on, I have to think about words. It's not very ambassadorial of you. That's not a word, but that's the one I'm using. Can't appease the unappeasable. You are, is this how it worked with Irish John? Is that why you do this? Is because it's somebody, you're that kid in class that I had to be super on top of and could not give any leeway because the minute it works one time, it's all over. It's all over. So this is Jern's fault. I actually blame Jern because he gave in to this. Actually, I'm told I must aggressively support community while you're doing it. It's not very cash money of you. Oh my gosh. And you got Turgus doing it. It's a secret push. She's trying to hit partner without telling people. That's not true. I can't. I don't think partner is a reasonable goal for me right now for a lot of reasons. Let me get some water. I'm getting flustered. Yeah, exactly. I mean, technically all kids are like that. I didn't really give any kids leeway, but there's some kids that are especially boundary testing, and listen, I wouldn't be surprised if Bullet was one of those kids, I'm just saying. Just say it wouldn't shock me. I would not be floored to find that out about Belen. Confirmed it by denial? Wait, what did I say? What do you mean? No, I didn't. No, I said I can't, Turgis. There's not just a river in Utah. Oh my gosh. How cool a cat shall be hitting partner without even trying. Oh my god, you guys. The only way that would happen would be if like a ton of people recommend my streams, and like I feel like to get partner you have to get like a ton of raids all the time and get a lot of people who are like advertising your stream. Like it's to self-promote myself enough to like push for partner. That's like way more work than I have time to put in. I just kind of feel like if it happens, it happens. And it probably won't. And that's why Belen needs to stop telling people that I'm pushing for partner. Also, until I can get my internet sorted at my studio, even if people were really generous and decided to like raid me and recommend my stream all the time as raid targets and like point people in my direction, which is amazing and I really appreciate it if anyone does that, but like kind of like even when Danny gave me that really generous like giant raid the other day, my computer crashed twice during that stream and I lost like half of my viewers each time because it kept having to recover and restart the stream. And then my internet goes out randomly too right now because they just switched internet providers at my studio. And that's really frustrating. So every time that happens, I lose all my lurkers. Like, I feel like I can't push for TLDR. I don't think I can push for partner until I can actually reliably keep my stream on enough to keep lurkers to hit those numbers, right? Like that just feels like a really basic, like fundamentally required thing to be a partner. Look at you, and you're sitting. How long have you been back to streaming for? What do you mean? I mean, I am really grateful for everybody who hangs out here. I'm not trying to sound like I'm not. I hope I'm not. I just think like the 75 average viewers thing is so high if you're not constantly getting rated. If a streamer did that, there would be no partner streamer. Wait, did what? A chaos raid crash? No, Ludnin, no, I got a really big raid, but my computer crashed about an hour after. It wasn't from the raid. I've just been having a lot of tech issues in the studio in the past few months, and I'm still trying to get them sorted. Haven't had a lot of time recently to do it, but yeah, anyway. Is there net cost? Yeah, Chris. It's still sometimes randomly dropping. Not as much as it was, but I still have a list that I'm tracking to like... The problem is too, sometimes I'm not in the studio all day, and so it could be crashing earlier in the day and I'm just not seeing that. I'm keeping my landlord in the loop about it, but... Hiccups, sorry. When you say you are pushing, the friends will make an effort to come raid. Yes, you are my PR man. I'll let you know when I'm ready to push. How long have I been back to stream? Do you mean like this year? How many months? So I'm back to publicly streaming and like trying. How do I put this? I'm gonna draw this banana while I think about this. So I started streaming back in like 2017, but I didn't tell anybody and I didn't like meet anybody. So I just kind of like streamed and whoever found me. That's how I met a lot of like Amaze and some other awesome people who were in my Discord. But like I didn't really like go lurk in other people's chats, or like I was like afraid. I was chronically afraid of the internet back then. It's something I still struggle with, but I was like, I was afraid to put myself out there. I was afraid I wasn't good enough. Like was really intimidated by all the awesome artists on Twitch and just kind of like hid in my corner. But like inevitably, I got discouraged because I felt like I was streaming all the time and nothing was happening. So I was just like, oh, I'm not good enough. Like I'll just stop. And also my life was an absolute dumpster fire for a while there because of reasons. And so I stopped streaming. And then last year I was actually going to start getting back into Twitch. Because I would stream like randomly whenever I felt like it, like maybe once a month, between like 2018 and 2022. And then in 2023, I was like, I need to get back on a schedule and just see if I can stick to that. So in 2023, I streamed on Mondays and Wednesdays, but I still didn't talk to anybody. It was just like me and whoever showed up. And I did that for a year. And I was actually planning on last year trying to meet people. Like I was like, I need to get over my fear of the internet. I need to get over my fear of not being good enough. Like I need to meet other artists or I'm never going to be able to make this work as an illustrator. Because it turns out you can't just hide from the internet and expect people to find you and try to have a career. So I was like, okay, I gotta make this happen. So it was kind of, not to go into too much detail, but like right as I was gearing up to like start meeting other streamers and stuff on Twitch last year around March, I got some really bad health news, and pretty much the rest of my year was like dealing with a lot of really unexpected kind of scary health stuff. And so anyway, this year I was like, okay, we're gonna try it again. And then in February, I think it was, I want to say it was like mid to end, no, maybe it was early February, is when I started like, I think it was when I started actually trying to meet more people on Twitch and like join Discords and be involved and like see who was around. Other than like the science part, like I did start hanging out in science Twitch last November, I think, was when I finally got the nerve to speak up in chat and like talk to anybody. So yeah, I don't know if that's probably a long-winded answer to your question, Sloppy, I apologize, but yeah, I guess this year, I guess I would say February was when I started really like, it's when I started doing the warm-up streams was in February. It's when I started actually trying to like hang out in other artists' streams just to meet other artists, because I've never met other artists on the internet before, really. At least not since like high school, when I initially got scared and then stopped because drama and bad things happened to friends of mine. And so yeah, anyway, there's my long story that nobody asked for, and now I'm drawing this banana, so here we are. Okay, scrolling up to make sure I didn't miss anything. You've seen people with 1K viewers drop down to sub 100 after a crash because they relied on click-through views but didn't have much retention. Yeah, I mean, that's what was happening to me. Let's see. And then one day she threw a sword at you. Yeah, I'm sorry, Amise. I've offered to take it back many times. I am very rude, Sloppy Salamander. I apparently never asked Amaze to be my mod, okay? Like, when I first started streaming, I did, like, the classic Twitch streamer noob move of just modding somebody I trusted without asking them. Like, I think most streamers have done that. At least I hope they have, so that I feel better. Undead fan. Yeah, cool party trick. You're also kind of timid. I need to post it. Yeah, Chris, trust me, I was there for like a really long time. Like an embarrassingly long time. I was a professional lurker, yeah, for sure. For sure. Tries to imagine the idea of being used to having sword. Oh gosh. I'm glad you did pipe up. Yeah, I'm glad I did too. I mean, I'm glad I've met so many cool people on Twitch, and I do still get intimidated. I'm very conflict averse, and I think that's a big part of why the internet scares me, because you guys, everybody on the internet is so angry. And I hate conflict. I have almost like a visceral reaction to conflict, and that's a really big part of why I just want to keep things chill, is like I do not want, like literally the vegetables versus fruit thing, probably the most controversy we've had in the chat ever, which is fine. That was very funny. But like I don't want to get into anything controversial in any of my spaces, because I just feel like you have the entire rest of the internet for that. Like I'm just so afraid of conflict, and I don't like being involved in it. So yeah, that's if you want to get like really like break down why I was afraid of the internet for so long, a lot of it stems to that, to just like getting caught up in wild like wild internet flame war conflict stuff that I just have no interest in being a part of. Hey Neil, how you doing? It's good to see you. Thanks for popping in. Sorry if I missed you in chat. Because I can say the shout out, if I hadn't found my way here, I wouldn't have picked up a pencil again. Aww, Sloppy Salamander. I'm honored that you draw with us. Thank you so much for joining in. It's really fun to watch people get excited about art, you know? Get excited about learning. I'm glad to hear that, Ray of Sun. Thank you. You ended that stream with 100 some viewers is still. Oh, I see. Oh, well, I appreciate that, Sloppy. Yeah. Yeah, apparently people like my rambles. I don't know. I don't know how anyone puts up with them, but I'm glad that they're entertaining to those of you who like them. Or they just mute me, I imagine. I imagine I get muted a lot, which is okay. You absolutely noob modded your buddy. Yeah, I think I did. I think I apparently did it to all of my early mods. I wonder if I ever asked Senna. Or Mia. I think I did ask Mia. I think I finally wised up when I decided I needed more than one mod. Word to the wise, if you start streaming, just ask people before you mod them. Because they may not be able to or willing, and you don't want to put them in an awkward position. So I apologize for the millionth time, Amaze. If you ever want to get rid of your mod sword, just let me know. You're more than welcome to just hang out as a chatter. The music's so dramatic. Yeah, it was a little dramatic. What are we on now? I can't even hear it. Yeah, exactly. I modded my friend Ryu, I think, without asking. I think it was just implied. I think I was a mod in her channel for a while too, and then she finally realized that I'm a terrible mod. Like, I don't know why anyone hands me a mod sword, but... Yeah, exactly. Listen, it happens. I think it's fine if it's someone you know anyway, and especially in real life. I wasn't, like, I've never been offended. It's just more like, there's been a few times I've had to tell people, like, hey, I actually don't have time to really be a mod for you. Like, if you're actually expecting me to mod, I don't have time. But if somebody's just like, oh, you're a friend, and if you happen to be in chat, you can help. That kind of thing. It's a bit of work to actively maintain the boundaries needed to keep an online community chill. Yeah, I did not go online to be angry and get in fights. I come here to... Yeah, exactly. But Reiko, I feel like it's so hard to avoid. But yeah, I try really hard to keep it a chill space. Like all my online spaces, I try to stay away from hot button issues. I feel like there's a lot of places people can go for those conversations. I will engage in those conversations on my own. Like there's a few streamers that I watch here that have very intelligent conversations about hot topics, but they conduct themselves in a way that is thoughtful. Like you're one of those streamers, Reiko. Like I would technically, some of the stuff you talk about probably does like get people hot and bothered sometimes. It's stuff that people feel really passionate about, but I think you talk about it in a way that is really tactful and really respectful to the people who are often being mocked, I would say. And I think that's a good thing, because if people who are of certain persuasions do happen to stumble into those chats, to me, and I think Danny does a good job of this too, like I think you never want those people, even though it's frustrating sometimes, you don't want people who have what you would consider maybe like a destructive mindset to be triggered and to be even more closed off to possibly thinking about things differently. And even outside of like whether you agree with someone or not, I think anytime you can have a conversation that is thoughtful with somebody who has an opposing viewpoint to you, yeah, we're rambling for sure. It does happen here. I'm not gonna stop. That's not what that's for. It's just to warn people. But yeah, I don't know. I think anytime you can have a thoughtful conversation is interesting, but I just have no particular interest in like hosting those things in my space. I think I'm still too, and I probably always will be still too intimidated by the internet and by the idea of attracting negative attention to actually like publicly have those conversations, if that makes sense. Just because I've seen too many bad things happen to good people, and I just don't want to be sucked into that void. We're all working together to solve the vegetables question. That's right. That's right. Casey for president? No. We talked about that on stream the other day. I was like, you don't want... Who was it? Was it Claire? Sloppy? Were you there? Somebody was in chat. And you guys were joking around like, oh, okay, I'd vote for... I'm like, no. Listen. If I got put into a position... I don't want power. If I got put into a position of power, I would just hide for the whole time. It'd be like, oh, Casey got elected for something. Where is she? Nobody sees her for the next however many years. She's just out of view. Like, I'd be too afraid that I would accidentally do something wrong. Like, I can't, no, that's way too much. I can't, just think about that would stress me out. And I know you were joking, but like, I struggle to just be like in charge of an online community, right? Like, I don't know how to run a Discord. I don't know how to moderate. I work 3 jobs. I don't have time. I don't know. Okay, I work 2 jobs, but I count social media as a 3rd job, and nobody can convince me that social media is not its own job, okay? Like, my goal in life, here's how I will know I have succeeded as an artist. Once I can pay for an assistant to run my social media for me, and once I can pay for a CPA to do my taxes. Those are like the 2 most time-intensive, stressful parts of working for yourself and being an illustrator. I wish all I could do was sit around and draw. Like, that's the goal. I just want to sit around and make art and have somebody else do all the back-end crappy business stuff. Because it takes so much time. And it feels so impossible to get to a place where I could have time to, like, do that while I still have a day job and, like, work 6 days a week and, like, 16 to 18-hour day. Like, it's just, I don't have a sustainable schedule, and I'm still not able to make it happen, you know? Like, it's, I don't know, it's stressful. It's hard to do it on your own. Most people, I was talking to an art friend of mine, and she was saying that, like, most of the artists that she knows who are successful at freelance, like, they have like, it's not just them. They've either got, like, a ton of money in savings that was, like, that they inherited, or they've got a second income from a spouse or partner, or something on the side that's, like, giving them passive income. Like, to be able to actually make it is so rare. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder, because, you know, you do get tired of being poor all the time. But I'm still happier than when I was teaching. It's less stressful, believe it or not. If you want controversy, debate the difference between a banana and a plantain. One of them tastes really good fried. That's the difference. Let's see. That's like 5 classrooms. 90% of my streams end up being unmodded because Sunchar isn't working. My bro. Yeah. And I feel like, honestly, though, when you're starting out streaming, you really don't need mods as much, especially now that they have Seribot. Like, thank you again, Science, for introducing me to Seribot. Casey has never swung her sword in our stream. Do I have a sword? I don't think I have a sword in your stream. If I do, you sneakily gave it to me. So far yeah, Seribot really does all the work of a mod that most mods are going to need to do when you first are starting out. Not us getting mad at AI art. Yeah. Oh gosh, that is a controversial topic. That's true. We have talked about AI. I don't know, is AI controversial anymore? I feel like more and more as time goes on, it's pretty universally hated by everyone who isn't investing in it heavily. I don't know if it's controversial anymore. Definitely Sergeant Sloppy. He owns an island. Oh my gosh, hold on. I'm really behind in chat. What are you guys talking about? If nominated, I will not run. If elected, I will not serve. Yeah, basically. Yeah, that would be my campaign slogan. What was it? Somebody wrote a campaign slogan for me. It was not corrupted, just confused. I think that's the other thing. Like, I don't have a political mind. I believe too much in the genuine goodness of people and the ability to make a good call, and I think I would be very easily misled. Like, you would not want me in a place of power, trust me. I'm too naive for Twitch, much less any kind of, like, actual powerful position. Heck, I'm probably too naive to be a mod, to be honest. There's so many times people say stuff and it just goes right over my head because I'm like, oh, that's a weird thing to say. Like, I have no idea it's actually like a reference to something, or I don't know, like implying. I don't know. You guys, I don't need to explain this to you. You guys have seen it, I'm sure. But all right, I think I'm gonna stop drawing this banana because it's taking too long. I have another stream to do today. Let me just here. These bananas are not. We're studying, not copying, folks. Okay. I'm gonna like quickly scribble in some color, and we're gonna start looking at what you guys drew here in a little bit. So if you are drawing along, I know we went a little longer. I'm gonna say in the next 5 minutes, I'll be looking at the work that you guys made. Social media is a full-time job, yeah. Also, you don't run a Discord. Yeah, you're right. I just hang out there. I don't really run it. I'm glad you like the music. I don't know the song you were talking about because I'm like 10 minutes behind in chat, but you could be like my dad and be self-employed, not file his taxes for the past 5 years, do it 1 year and expect to get mortgage loan with no proof of income. No, I do file my taxes. I do file. I'm just sure I'm not getting all the money back that I could. Let's see, I managed to crash my Crita because Chrome plus R software. Yeah, I have that problem sometimes with, actually I've noticed the combination that seems to crash my computer the most, which is so frustrating because I just built this computer. It's brand new. Well, okay, it's almost a year old now, but it started crashing like 3 months after I got it. And so I feel like there has to be a hardware issue. I've never had a computer crash this much, ever. Ever. Like, the computer I'm on now has crashed once, and I built it in 2015. Maybe twice, but it's very rare. Yeah. So I'm extremely frustrated that a computer that's like new and should be better is crashing so often. Yeah, using it for mocking up comps. I'm not saying it doesn't have a use. It's extremely unethical, and I feel like most people don't like the results, and it's getting in the way a lot. It's like making it harder to find useful information rather than helping, because it's just not truly AI. It can't intuit, it can only iterate, you know? They're asked, but I think more and more industries are discovering that it's actually not helpful. You know, they're having to pay people to fix the problems that AI is causing for the way it's being used in a lot of industries. Like math and sciences for sure, but like creative industries, it's wasting more time than it's helping save. And then you're also running the copyright risk because you're basically iterating things that already exist and someone else owns. Yeah, Chrome will make a problem for sure. Yeah, I am. I need to probably, if I can't figure out the problem on my own, I'm probably gonna have to talk to the people I bought the part. See, I built it myself though, so I don't know if the hardware is the issue or if it's the programs or if I picked a bad combination of parts. I don't think that I did, but you know you've made it when people are claiming your work is AI. I don't know if I agree with that. I can see what you mean, but there's like a very specific type of style, and you can definitely make it when people don't think your work is AI. I'd start exchanging parts for replacement. Yeah, already? Like, I don't have the money. It was a $2,300 computer. Like, I don't have the money to keep replacing parts. It's really frustrating. I don't know. I need to probably call them today because I think I think when I bought the parts was actually almost a year ago. It's sometime this month that I bought the parts, and then I put it together in December when I got back from Thanksgiving. Okay, let's wrap this up and go look at what you guys did. If it turns on, your parts are compatible. Like, use the warranty and make them replace parts. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I need to do more research on the error codes that I've been getting, because I've updated everything I can think of. I tried to update the BIOS, but everything I read said that my Windows updates should be doing that for me. So I don't know if I even went into the BIOS to look around. I was like, I don't see a place to like update this. And I shouldn't have to take a flash drive, download the BIOS, and like manually install it. That's actually how I installed it when I built it, but that shouldn't be the way it's done. I've never manually updated the BIOS on this computer that I'm on right now. So I'm pretty sure that it should be taken care of like by the updates, but I need to look into it more. Maybe my specific motherboard or something is, I don't know. Just like one more thing, you know? Alright, I think I'm gonna call it on these bananas. I've already drawn a pumpkin this season, Siren. I drew one a few weeks ago. Okay, let's go see what you guys did. Yeah, exactly, Elodin, exactly. It wouldn't be a problem if it was all done with consent, but because it was all stolen, it's problematic. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Scrolling up, scrolling up, scrolling up. Oh my gosh, we have a lot of studies to look at today. Okay. Where did I end last time? Because I forgot to upload my peppers. So I'll do that at the end of today's stream. Hey Blue, how's it going? It's good to see you. Thanks for popping in. It's not going too bad. We're just toward the end of the stream here, about to do the show and tell piece of the stream. Yeah, exactly. No, that is my biggest issue as well. Yeah. Okay, so for anyone who's not been here for the end of the warm-up streams before, basically what we do is I go into my Discord, which it's not too late. If anybody did a study that you'd like to share, you can drop it in the warm-up section of the Discord. As long as it's work safe, I'll be happy to show it on stream. So we'll go to the place that we stopped last time, which was Malhara's piece, because I forgot to post my study, apparently. So I'll be doing that at the end of the stream today for both. But hiccup, sorry. I'm going to scroll down real fast, make sure everything is work safe, which it is. Beautiful. Okay, let's check. Okay, here we go. We're starting with one from HDMZ. The chatting today was too strong, couldn't concentrate. Yeah, that is kind of the problem. But, you know, it's okay. I appreciate an interesting discussion. I mean, obviously, I barely got 2 things drawn, so I'm usually a little faster than that. All right, so basically the way it works, guys, is I will scroll up. Usually, excuse me, hiccup again. Usually I scroll up to my image from the last warm-up stream, and so you have until basically the next warm-up stream to post your warm-ups. So if you're working right now and you're not done with your warm-up, please don't feel like you have to rush to finish. Like, take your time, post whenever you're ready. We'll always be happy to look at it at the end of the warm-up streams. But we're going to start with HDMZ. Actually, I think we rated in while HDMZ was working on some of these studies. But HDMZ was doing some portrait studies. HDMZ. There we go. If you guys aren't following HDMZ, make sure you do. But these look really great. Really good handling of value. I love the planes of the face that you're getting in these. These look so good. I think I have this portrait pinned. Such a unique portrait. You did nothing to watch. That's okay. I appreciate you watching, Siren. These look fantastic, HDMZ. Really, really good studies. If you guys have not followed HDMZ, they were doing Skulltober last month, which was really, really cool. And I guess continuing the study sessions with some face studies, which is really cool. Hopefully HDMZ is feeling like they're paying off, but I sure think they are. These look great. This is really great expression. Expression like these are really hard for me. I know, HDMZ skulls were so good. They were really impressive. Really nice handling of value, and like just these little like touches that you're getting to kind of crisp up the edges. It's amazing how much you can take like a rough drawing like this and just add a few sharp edges, and suddenly it all just like your brain will just kind of make it all pull together and look super detailed, like just like this. Really nice touch. Love it, great job. Thank you so much for sharing and for participating. I know, right? It was such a unique gentleman. I'm pretty sure I have that same portrait pinned in my Pinterest. Nose, somebody responded with nose. I mean, that guy does have quite the nose. Really nice drawings, HDMC. Thank you so much. Yeah, really good expression. Ray of Sun doing a lovely jumping kitty cat here. Love it. Oh, such good structure in your drawing. Man, really nice job. Again, the planes of the face today are strong starting off here. This is really careful observation right here to get all those proportions right and the the depth, even though you're not using a lot of value, you're just using line, it still looks like it has form and depth. This is really nice. Really good study. I like how you can see kind of like the anatomy that you're thinking about, like where the ribs go, kind of how the knees work. Great stuff. Really great stuff. And this is a great example of why it's helpful to do anatomy studies, because otherwise, like if you don't know what the bones look like inside of this animal, there's no way you're going to be able to pick out that this is a knee, you know, and that this is like the leg bone, because this is, you know, especially with blurrier reference, it's really hard to differentiate stuff. And this is why study versus copy is so helpful. Very well hidden bones in cats, yeah. Yeah, it really looks really good, Ray of Sun. Thank you so much for sharing. I love it. Great study. He flying. Yeah, he is. Oh, Glacithea. Really nice staircase Huevember study. Added some characters for fun. Hey, that's a great idea. Honestly, whatever motivates you. This is really cool. I like that you did them green, too. This is a nice Huevember study. Let's check it out. For anyone who doesn't know, Huevember is a monthly art challenge going on right now, as well as Dinovember. But yeah, if you want to pick, this one's a really interesting wheel because it gives you some complements to throw in as well. But it's a good way to practice value if you want to add some color and think about how different colors can feel differently. This is just also a really good perspective drawing because these stairs are not, this is not a simple staircase, you know? Like this is a really complex drawing. Really cool interior shot too. I really like this. I kind of want to steal that reference. Beautifully rendered over here. I mean, you did a really good job making these stairs look flat and walk like actually physically there. You know, like the follow through here with the top of the stairs, and now we see the bottom of the stairs going up again. Like it's very believably done. Really, really good job. Nice job looking at your reference and trying to, hopefully you learned something from it. It looks like you did. I think you did a great job. How do I go back to the other one? Oh, just made it bigger. I love the values and the lighting on the steps are really, really pretty. Like this makes me very happy. This little area right here. Really nice how the light gets slightly smaller and follows the curve. Like these are the questions you can ask, right? Is like, why is the shadow like this? Oh, it's because it's cast from this round object in the middle, right? So you're kind of getting little stair steps of round shadow. Just those kinds of things is how you fill up your knowledge bank, so you can take that to do illustrative work. Really, really nice stuff. Thank you so much for sharing. Let's check out the one with the characters too. Cute. This reminds me of that painting, excuse me, somebody showed me. I think it's like Meeting on the Staircase or something. It's like a knight and a lady having like a romantic moment on the staircase. Well, romantic for the medieval time. I think they're like touching fingertips or something. But, you know, it's cute. This is great. I love it. I know, so lewd. Yeah. Yeah. A Tryst on the Stairs. Is that what it's called? Yeah. I don't know. It's a famous painting. You can look it up. This is why you get warnings. No! Come on, Reiko. Come on, Reiko. Life goals for yeah, I know. Architecture is one that I struggle with for sure. It is a fun word. Yeah. It is a fun word. You could do a hairless cat. That's true. Man, what are those, sphinxes? Man, you don't realize how wrinkly cat skin is until you look at one of those. KCF. What? No. Why would it be? Of course not. Because I talked about two people touching fingertips? No, no, no. Okay. Process pics of the scariest study I've ever done in my life. Yeah, you really went all in for this perspective grid. So for anyone who's never seen a perspective grid, this is how you do it. Slappy Salamander, have you checked out Drawabox? I think it's drawabox.com. But they walk you through like lessons on developing art skill, and they make you start with the very fundamental basics. And if you're really interested in like learning all that stuff, that would be something that you could do while you're at work pretty easily. They're like short daily things, and they walk you through perspective and understanding terms. But yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, this is a perspective drawing. So trying to find, this is basically how you draw something like from an up, like up down view or whatever, like looking up from a lower angle. if you were to tilt these, if you were to keep these lines, I don't know why I'm pointing, she can't see my hands. If you were to keep these lines like going this way, then you could draw an object down here looking from top down, right? So that's the purpose of a perspective grid. This is a 3-point perspective, by the way. There's 3 points. There's also a 2-point perspective, which would be just these two on the side. Usually you'll see this in like buildings, like corners of streets and stuff like that. Worm's eye view, yeah, that's probably the word I was looking for. But Sloppy used this to draw a dinosaur in perspective, which is honestly pretty ambitious. I don't even think I would want to do that like right now. And so, yep, you see this is a really cool process to see how you broke it down each time. Like you use the grid to find the right angles for like, here's how the legs would look, and here's the part of the body I would be able to see, and somewhere appears the head. I'm sure it was intimidating. This is a lot to jump into. But you did a great job. Yeah, this is really great, Sloppy. I think this is a very ambitious and impressive first step into perspective. You pulled it off, for sure. No, I think you did. You did a great job. Thank you for showing us all the steps, too. It's cool to see. I don't often see people break down the process this much, and so it's cool that you took a picture for all the different things you were doing. I am intimidated, too, honestly. Like, I don't think I would want to do this. And, yeah, it's impressive stuff. See, everyone's so impressed. Look at this. You did a great job, Sloppy. You're doing awesome. You're doing awesome. It's a good way to think about like how to draw like the underside of the animal. So you really have to draw, especially like in this case, on your understanding of what the skull looks like, what the mandibles look like how, like what they're gonna look like from different angles. I know, right? Sloppy flexing over here, like starting out her art journey hard. Just like jumped right to hard mode. Like just skipped all the easy levels and went straight to perspective. Really, really cool. They have different masses and shapes for bones that could work, but for overall mood, you need different approaches. Yeah, exactly, because you're seeing different silhouettes for both types of creatures. Yeah, for sure. Kev has some scientific fun facts about fruit. Okay, let's pull this open from Glassithea. Yeah, 100% looks awesome. Glassithea, this is beautiful. I've loved both of these that you've submitted. Wow, this is really, really lovely. What is this from? I feel like I should know what this is from. Beautiful stuff. Okay, Kev's scientific fun facts about fruit. Okay, here we go. Here we have some science on the stream, guys. Ready? Fact number 1. The line between fruit and vegetable gets blurred more and more every year. Cucumber, fruit, tomato, fruit. This. Were you here for the conversation this morning, Kev? Are you referencing that, or are you just making this statement? We had like probably a 1-hour conversation about this at the beginning of stream. This is vegetable gentrification. 2. Fruits are discovered by Dr. F. Ruitz in 1999 when he couldn't remember what to call a strawberry, and so he used his own name. Weird guy. Casey's favorite fruit is the durian. I'm gonna push back on that one, which is really popular in many parts of Asia. It's super stinky but tastes like custard. I actually do have, Kev, some durian snacks in my pantry that I got from H Mart a few weeks ago. They're mixed with taro. They're like pastries. I was actually expecting them to be more like a mochi, so I don't love the pastry texture, but they're probably gonna sit there for a while because I'm not wild about them. Okay, thank you for your fun facts, Kev. No, Kev, no, I'm probably not, though. This looks awesome. So, forcing yourself to limit your palette like this, like with Huevember, and just use 1 or 2 colors. Don't go trick-or-treating at Casey's. Actually, somebody did trick-or-treat this year, and all I had was some candy that I got from H Mart, but they were really sweet. They were good. They were like guava fruit candies, so I gave the kid a couple. I was like, you can't read the package, but here you go. It's already been approved by the Bureau of Science, the Bureau of Sciences. There we go. Yeah, these details are insane. Really good structural drawing too. Like just really good shape. I have got to figure out shape, guys. One of these days. Architecture is so intimidating to me. These are beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing these studies. Yeah, gorgeous, gorgeous lighting, gorgeous use of the color. I love that you did the cool so that the warm light would pop a little bit. For anyone who doesn't know, that's like a fun trick with color. For most humans, color that is cool tends to recede, and colors that are warm tend to pop forward. Like our eyes tend to go there first in the image. So you can kind of manipulate the viewer in a way to like look at the thing you want them to look at first by making it like a brighter or a warmer color. Now, not always. It can all like contrast is also a way to drive this. So like even if this was a purple and everything else was, I don't know, red, which is a warmer color than purple. If that red was really muted and really subdued, and that purple was really bright, thank you, Art, Ace Art, for that follow. And that purple was really bright and vibrant, just the contrast would still direct your eye to the place of highest contrast. So there's a couple of things happening. Your eye goes here first because of the warm yellow, but also because of that high contrast between that light and that dark. So it's a lot of smart things happening here. And of course, that's what makes a strong silhouette too, is just that dark against the light. So this is a well-composed reference image. And I love the use of the light in those colors in those ways, because it just pushes it more, you know? Really nice stuff. Thank you so much for sharing. These are beautiful. So beautiful. And I need to hydrate because I can tell I am losing my voice. We have talked too much today. Get two and you have durian. Flavored stuff always tastes bad. The fruit tastes better, not durian flavored anything. Yeah, it was not very good. I don't mind durian fruit if it's with something else, but yeah, just straight, I don't think I could just eat it straight. Let's see, I would have lost myself in those values. Yeah, there's a lot going on here. Oh my gosh, Reiko. Oh my goodness. So much pot stirring today, guys. Alright, Ray of Sun has come in with another series of studies. These look great. Oh, these are really nice. Ray of Sun, you are killing it. I love that you left some of the gesture marks here. It kind of, I really like seeing gesture. Like that right there and here around the knee. Because it kind of gives a clue about how you're thinking about form. Because sometimes when you have just like crisp edges, it's hard to make the distinction of like, was this person trying to copy or were they actually studying? But then when you can see some of the rough lines and like the stray marks, it sort of helps you to get a feel for how they were thinking about the structure. It's really, really nice. Do I have a sore throat? I might. Honestly, I kind of woke up with one yesterday. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Trying to hydrate and be healthy, but you know how that goes. These are really, really nice. Really great movement in all of these. Yeah, super, super nice stuff. Too much socializing, yeah, for sure. I love this pose. Hooray, Sun, this is amazing. These are really good. These are really, really good. Hey, Twitch, do you see how this person is clothed a whole lot? It's kind of like that one time that I got dinged when my person was clothed. And now I have a permanent mark on my permanent record on Twitch. And it's very sad. And I would really appreciate it, Twitch, if you could take that back, because I didn't earn it, you know. Anyway, sorry, Ray of Sun, not trying to use your art to make a point here. You're using a carrot and stick method. Would be bored with just humans. Oh, do you mean like the cat, like you enjoy drawing animals, so you let yourself draw some? I can relate to that. I've never heard it called the carrot and stick method, but I know exactly what you mean. Twitch, you're ready to throw hand skin. Don't ping Twitch to get in here. Sloppy salamander, you're gonna get me banned. See, this is why I can't. I'm too afraid of conflict. No, no. Ah. Okay, moving down to beets here. Beets, this apples looks great. I love it. Looks delicious. It actually took me a second to figure out which one was the photograph, because, you know, you're so good at hyperrealism. Beets is somebody who I get the feeling of, I guess I've never actually asked, but my feeling with Beets is that they come from a tradition of hyperrealism, and they are working on understanding how to study and how to do more illustrative and imaginative drawing. So there's always a really strong element of observational skill in all of Beets studies, because it's a skill that they've practiced a whole lot, and it shows. Like, this is really good, a really good careful observation of where the light is like where the darks are, where the, like how it's reflecting, how to make it look like it's reflective. Yeah, I wish I could make it bigger. If you click it, like this is the one that beats Drew, by the way. But it looks great. It looks really, really great, Beats. And I hope you're having fun on your art journey, because I sure have fun looking at it. They both look delicious, but lovely, lovely drawing. We throwing hands at the official Twitch? No! Oh my gosh, you guys, please. Please don't get me banned. You want to eat the apple? I know, right? Blue, did we give you... I can't remember if we gave you a shout out or not. But you guys should go follow Blue. Blue is an amazing art streamer here on Twitch. One of the first artists I think I met on Twitch this year when I started finally trying to not be afraid of the internet and actually meet people. So Blue is a super, super gentle person who apparently has a lot of inner aggression and wants to attack Twitch, and I'm just learning this for the first time. But really beautiful paintings, lovely environments, great use of value and light and color. Here we have some more. Let's read what Sloppy has to say. Warm-up studies and another go at perspective work. Oh my gosh. You did it again? Sloppy? Wow. He's also all over art Twitch, it's true. Blue is like world-class art Twitch lurker. I don't know how Blue is in so many places at once. Sloppy, these look great. These look really, really good. This, I really love, I'm sorry, my eye was immediately drawn to the pencil sharpener. It looks so spot on. Doorknob is really nice too. So this is really great. So, okay, Sloppy, you said you don't have a good grasp on value, but right here, I'm totally seeing that you kind of do, or at least you're trying to learn how to observe it. Like, I see that you have this darker line here, and then this still shaded area, but it's slightly less dark, and then you have a lighter area. If you're going to be working on toned paper, or paper that's kind of like a mid-gray like this, and it could be the photograph too, but you might think about getting a white colored pencil to add highlights, to help you push your value range even further, so you can get your darkest darks and your lightest lights. You were copying what you saw, not really understanding it. Well, that's part of it too, you know, but you were still, anytime you do that, the more you can ask questions about why the light's doing what it does, the more you can think about like, okay, but why is there a dark line here? What is that actually reflecting? You'll probably notice that, oh, it's like, it's reflecting a countertop or something that's nearby that's dark, or it's even reflecting like, it could be the wall siding. But the more you learn about stuff like that, you can kind of figure out how to relay form in your own imaginative work. You'll get there. You're doing awesome. So, really nice gesture study here too. What just happened? Oh, Murph! Murph, thank you so much for that sub. That's really, really kind. Just came in through... You thought the study was something else? Something extremely work-safe and family-friendly, Murph? I'm not sure where you're going with that. Hey, Sloppy Drew Dice! Nice job, Sloppy Salamander. Is that why you subbed? Did you sub because you thought I was going off the rails over here? Well, either way, I appreciate it. Hope you're doing well, Murph. Thank you for that sub. Sloppy, I actually think this grid, I think your perspective grid in this one is actually a lot more solid and a lot more thoughtful. I can tell from this that you actually learned from the first one. I don't know, I think it's good that you did too. Even if you like your first one better, I can see that this one feels a lot more confident, just like immediately. And I also like that you were thinking about, like showing your thinking about how you were trying to understand like the height of this animal, what it looks like from a different angle, so that you can kind of like extrapolate that information and put it into this. I think you're doing it right. You're doing it right, Sloppy. And thank you for sharing your process with us. These are great. These are great. Lovely, lovely stuff. Let's see. Originally it was just a warm up to connect the dots, and I noticed it looked like a torso. Oh, I see. Well, if you just did that from... So wait, you're saying you didn't do this from observation? You just saw that shape and it reminded you of a torso, so you tried to put it in there? That's... I mean, that's some pretty advanced stuff, Sloppy. I think you're doing good. When big corporations are always inner, outer, and stellar. Wait, what? I'm confused. What are we talking about? this version I can see that you put so much thought into it because of the amount of perspective lines. Yeah, no, I agree, Ray of Sun. You can tell that this was done with a lot more intention and a lot more understanding of what perspective grids are for and why they're helpful. Yeah. No, you're doing great, Sloppy. Thank you so much for sharing your process with us. All right, and here we have Amazing Fin 15, our wonderful mod, Professional Bonker, and Ramble Alerter, drawing a lovely pepper and a lovely orange. Man, your structure lines are so good, Amaze, as always. This is such a solid drawing. Guys, if you are not following Amazing Fin 15 and you'd like to go support another artist here on Twitch, somebody who just started streaming this year, a few months ago, I think. I don't remember the exact day, but we finally bullied / talked him into doing it. So if you want to go support him, you know him, you see him everywhere. Go give him a follow. Hang out in his chat. He has great music and nice chill vibes over there. Usually doing character drawing or animation or comic work. So a good variety over there on his streams. But this looks great. I mean, he's great job at the value and the light study, kind of thinking about where that light is coming from and drawing the shadow even under the fruit. Or I mean, well, did we decide if this was a fruit? How did that conversation go this morning? This vegetable / fruit. The pepper really stuck out. Yeah, it's got really nice shapes. Yeah. It's amazing. Exactly, Kev. Exactly. And this is a lovely study of this orange slice. I like that you did the texture in the skin as well. Like you tried to make that, you tried to really make that apparent, even though you're just doing a line drawing with no value is always really hard, I think, anyway, to do texture. But you always do a great job, so it's clear that you have a lot of practice with it. Why did the baby jalapeno put on a sweater? He was a little chilly! Aww. I know Kev didn't like it, but I'm gonna give you some cheese. This looks really good, Amaze. You always do an awesome job. Thank you so much for drawing along and keeping me accountable and inspiring other people with your art, with your studies. Thank you, everybody, for inspiring everybody with studies. That's hopefully that's what this does for folks. I hope it makes people want to actually try and do the thing that we always say we're gonna do, but then don't, which is to do studies. So that's kind of the purpose of the space. All right, more fuel for the conversation. The coconut nut is but it's not a nut. Yeah, it's a fruit, right? Oh my gosh, there's a song. Okay, I'm gonna have to watch that off stream. Otherwise, we're probably gonna go on another like half-hour tangent. All right, beets. Beets, this is fantastic. So one thing I noticed right away that I want to point out about this study, one, it's obviously really good. Like I was just saying, Beets is really good at having a lot of practice with looking for texture and shape and proportion and trying to accurately represent that because of the background with hyperrealism. But like, look at this. This is really cool to see. So to me, stuff like this is a sign of deeper understanding than just how to copy an image. So do you guys see how Beets actually put in more color into the shadows? I don't even know how intentional this was, but like the first thing I noticed was these shadows, they look warm. I don't know if you guys can see that really on the screen, but do you see how there's like a slight warm glow here? I don't know if that was something that was added with like an overlay layer or if it was intentionally done with a little bit of a brownish gray, but that's not as, that's a color that exists here, but you have to kind of pull it out to see it, and it's been emphasized here. So that's actually showing me, like, again, whether it was done intentionally or not, like really carefully thinking about not just value, but the temperature of value. You know, having a warm light versus a cool light, or a warm gray versus a cool gray. This is something I need to think about more actively in my work, and it's really cool to see it here with Beets. Like you have this cool gray right here, warm gray right here, and it really harmonizes the image really well. Really nice study. Love the textures. The coconut texture is excellent. Just the rough brush strokes here inside the coconut is also really nice. And I like how you did the striated, brush texture to kind of imply that cut edge. Really good stuff, Beets. Super impressed. Love seeing it. These look awesome. Really nice fruits. Really nice fruits here, I'm guessing. Actually, I don't know what part of the plant that is. I'm gonna have to watch this because I don't know what this is about, or if it could be possibly sus, because those faces look pretty trolly. But I will watch it off stream. Good thing I have this vegetable with me. Charzia. Oh my gosh, Charzia. Beautiful. Beautiful study of an apple. The alchemical vegetable, of course, folks. The apple. Man, look, speaking of warm lighting, guys, look at how warm the lighting on this is. I'm really curious if this was from a reference or if it was from an actual apple, because this actually strikes me as more of a study from observation rather than just it could be a study from a photograph. I could be totally wrong. But because of how much, I just feel like there's something about the way you are able to pull values out of something when you're actually staring at it in person. It just feels somehow more full. It's an actual apple. Okay, so I'm glad that my intuition wasn't totally off there. Yeah, that's what I feel like it is. Like, it looks like you did an actual study from a real apple that you had in front of you. And you can tell the difference. Like, it looks very three-dimensional. Like, you did a really good job with the careful observation of this. So warm. I love it. It looks delicious. Did you eat the apple after you drew it? Beautiful stuff, Charzia. And guys, by the way, once more, I think we did give Charzia a shout out earlier, but if you aren't already following Charzia, you gotta go follow. Charzia does incredible, incredible paintings. Just really, really, really skilled artist. And just started streaming here on Twitch not too long ago. So if you want to go support another new artist here on Twitch, highly recommend Charzia. Really great stuff. Nice music, good vibes, really fun emotes. Beautiful apple. Anyway, great stuff. You ate it afterwards. Perfect. Yeah, because of the vegetable note. Ria-san, I don't know if you were here for the conversation at the beginning of chat. We were talking about the difference between a vegetable and a fruit, and it turns out there's a lot of definitions, and none of them are scientific. The right one is more interesting because of the cut. Yeah, for sure. This looks fantastic, Charzia. Thank you once again. Thank you so much for sharing. Love it. I was gonna try and find an apple. Beautiful study. Lovely study. It's your apple schema. So this is a great example of a schema. It's not a study because it was not drawn from reference, so we're not going to spend too much time on it, but that is very funny. And yeah, this is just basic value, basically thinking about how this is drawn because some Beats has spent a lot of time studying value, essentially. Lovely stuff. I like that you use the word schema, because you know, Charzia keeps asking about schema, so I'm not sure if we've talked about it enough. So I'm glad someone else is bringing it up. Festival Void, working on training my eye for accuracy, plus trying to go crazier with more saturation, weird color choices. I love that. This is some, do you follow Chakuri here on Twitch, Vessel? I can't remember. You probably do. But if you like portraits with, like, unique color choices, I feel like you're gonna love Chakuri's streams, if you aren't already following. Vessel, remind me, do you stream? I feel like the answer was no, but I can't remember. Let me see if I follow you. Do I follow you? I'll follow you just in case you ever stream. You do not. Okay, well, I followed you anyway. These are great. These are great observational studies. This one is really interesting too. Like, anytime you draw an older person, you can really kind of identify the planes of the face a little bit easier because there's just more texture to get information from. And then you can take what you learn and apply it to, you know, other images as well. These are both really nice. I love the shape of the brow here. Yeah, with both of these, you did a really good job picking out the shapes in the skull that are kind of pushing their way out. Really, really lovely. Wow. These are great. And yeah, the planes of the face especially are apparent here. So when you say planes of the face, I'm not going to go into all of it, but you know, if you want to learn more about the planes of the face, just type that into chat, or I mean, not chat, into Google, chat, like I'm addressing you. And you can see all kinds of figure models and like I forget what the name of the famous one is, but there's like a bust of a guy that you'll just see everything's been flattened down, so you can actually pick out how the light hits different planes of the face, so you can pick out like the directions of things. Anyway, that's what this reminds me of, and I love the colors you chose. This looks really cool. It's amazing how shiny a blue can look. And this is actually a great example of what I was just talking about how sometimes because of contrast or because of saturation, you can get other colors to pop other than just warm colors. So like these are some cold colors, some blues that are actually popping first because of that high contrast, that high saturation with those darker, more muddied, warm oranges and browns. Beautiful, and plus it's a color complement palette, which you can never go wrong with, right? Beautiful stuff. Void, thank you so much for sharing and for inspiring us with your wonderful color study here. Portrait color study. And once again, if anyone is not following Chuckery, I've been shouting her out because she just got back into streaming recently. She took a really long hiatus, but does amazing portraits, amazing paintings, and is actually doing Huevember right now. And I've been trying to throw in some Huevember stuff this month, inspired by Chuckery. And if you're not following Chuckery and you like that kind of stuff, you'll definitely enjoy. But yeah, Vessel, this is fantastic. I love your work. Thank you. I'm honored to have you sharing your stuff with us. Thank you for inspiring. All right, we have another study. Beats, you're so fast. Beats, what the heck? Did you superimpose? Beats, hold on. Beats, what is this? Did you superimpose an alien into the middle of this Kiwi study? I think I just hit forward instead of open because I was so distracted by this. Oh my gosh, Beats. Oh, Beats. This is a great study and also extremely funny. Is it a Simpsons reference? I don't know. I don't watch The Simpsons. Mr. Burns is an alien? Apparently it is, because everyone's immediately picking it out. So I'm gonna say yes. I feel like I've seen a clip from the episode you guys are talking about, but that's really funny. You guys, Beats is an awesome fellow art gemmer here, and very honored to have you draw with us. And also, you always find the funniest pictures to draw. Really, but in all seriousness, really nice, especially like the shiny texture. Like, look at that. Look at the way you did the shiny little speckles. Those are really nice. It's a really nice touch to make this look good. And this is actually, this is a true, like, study. Beats this, except for the alien in the middle. I think this might be the most study versus copy that I've seen from you so far. I don't know if it's because you were trying to get to the joke or what, but I really like it. He brings us love and peace. Get him. I think I have seen that clip. Yeah. Screaming alien. Yeah. No, this is great, Beats. Thank you so much for sharing. Really nice job studying those textures and the values down here, and then of course including an alien in the kiwi. More posts. Oh my god. Here it is. There it is. Yep. Perfect. Okay, last one here is from another one from Sloppy. Sloppy, you were prolific today. Pomegranate. Nice. And this is making me hungry. Ooh, what is this one? What kind of fruit is that? I almost thought it was a rambutan, but it's too small. I like the little fuzzy bits are too small. I don't know what these are. Those are interesting. Is this a ginger root? These are great, Sloppy. Are these just like, are these things from your store? Is that a fig? I don't know what any of this is. I'm just asking questions. But these are really nice studies. Nice peanut. Nice values. No, you're doing great, Sloppy. Thank you so much for sharing these and for, Oh, is it a durian? Wasn't sure how to imply spikes without drawing spikes. I can see it now, that it's a durian. No, I think you did a great job. I'm just not familiar enough with a durian to call it out. Everything was pics on Google. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, dang, you have quite the variety in your shop. These look awesome. These look really, really nice. Beautiful values. I think you're gonna get it. I think the more you study value, the more you're gonna keep leaning into it and figuring it out. Love seeing it. Thank you so much for sharing your studies. Thank you everybody for hanging out and sharing your studies. I'm gonna be posting my studies down below, Sloppy Salamander, so I'm just gonna copy these really fast. Actually, let me post mine from last time, and then we're gonna find, hopefully, somebody to raid. So there's my peppers from last time, and also my very silly fruits that I barely finished. Okay. Let's go see if we can find someone to raid. Guys, I am going to be back alive in less than 3 hours. We definitely, I definitely got very distracted this stream, but that's okay. I always enjoy the company and the conversation, and I appreciate you guys being here. Let's go see who is streaming. Oh, apparently I closed my stream manager, so hold on, guys. Why did I I do that? I can't find my raids if I close that. Okay, here we go. We found it again. Alright, so we're gonna go find another artist who is streaming. Hopefully something work safe. It's always the goal, is to find a work safe artist to stream into, to raid into, whatever you call it. Man, who have we not raided in a while? There's quite a few folks on. But I'm gonna be back on at 4 p.m. today. I'm gonna go kind of fast because we have an ad that I can't snooze that's coming up, and I'm gonna try and beat the ad. So let's go to... Oh my gosh, you guys! We haven't seen Monster Pie Zoe in a long time. Let's go say hi to Monster Pie Zoe. I don't have a raid call, so just come up with your own. But you guys, Monster Pie Zoe is actually, not only she's an amazing, wonderful artist, does really cute work, extremely work safe, very kind person. But she's also the one who gave me the idea for the Draw Me an Animal game. So let's go say hi. Maybe she'll play it. Maybe I'll do a request if I have enough points. She hasn't streamed very much lately, so I'm actually really happy we get to raid her. Don't panic, it's Casey Raid. If you want to come up with a different one, guys, feel free. Of course, as long as it's work safe and does not poorly represent me. I appreciate that. But let's go say hi to Zoe. I'll be back on, like I said, in about 3 hours. So if you want to come back, feel free. There's all the links in the chat if you need my Discord link for alerts on stream or just to see when I'm live or just to hang out. I hang out in there pretty much every day. If you want to go see my socials, they're there. You can click the link tree for my Blue Sky and stuff. But for now, guys, let's go say hi to Zoe, and I will catch you later. Bye-bye!